Hey everybody, Dirk the Red Panda here with Tennis Ace. Nothing too special or out of the norm, besides the fact that it's Valentine's weekend, and I am 2 days off from doing this on actual Valentine's Day. So, yeah, this update actually came out on Valentine's Day, and like I said in the description here, my sickness is getting to my speaking abilities too. But all I was saying is that according to Basket, the creator of Tennis Ace, this game was actually released, like the first release or demo, or along the lines of that, like the first ever rendition, official rendition, I guess, of Tennis Ace came out on Valentine's Day. And yeah, I guess it has to be a tradition now that you gotta release something on Valentine's Day every year. Perfect for a romance-themed novel. Yeah. Just somebody sent me a quick text. I'm just gonna quickly get that out of the way. Should have done this before. So, yeah, somebody's just asking if I'm, still sick and all that, because on Thursday, I just completely crashed. I got like a sore throat, running nose, fever. I was a mess over the past few days. I just was pretty hard to get out of bed on Thursday, especially. And luckily, I managed to get myself home for the weekend on Friday, so I pretty much was better by Saturday, but yeah, it just was like so much stress from doing all the midterm stuff that it was really taking a toll on my immune system and my mental health. So yeah, taking this weekend to play this and basically reset myself, I guess. I can't spell the word contagious. Yeah, just talking to a friend who has lower immune system, so don't want to get them sick. I think at this point I'm out of the woods, so I'm not sure if they're even visiting at all. So I'm just telling them. I need the rest anyway. Yeah, so the reason why I'm actually, or not the reason, but one of the kind of things that helped me do this stream and gave me the opportunity, I guess, per se, to do the stream today was kind of being sick in the first place, because since I was, pretty much just very tired this entire weekend so far, my energy has been kind of wavering and all that stuff. I told my parents that I'm not sure how much more I could be doing with family for the weekend, because original plans were I'd come home for the weekend and pretty much every day I'd be spending with relatives somehow. That was the plan for me to just visit relatives and all that stuff. And today they went down because two of them were staying locally. They decided to go down an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours south for a lunch brunch type of thing with some more relatives. And I was originally gonna go, but we need somebody to take care of the dog, and I also wanted to get some rest, so I ended up kind of bailing out last minute, and so I'm here doing this stream. Hopefully I can finish before they get back around 4, I think they said. Yeah, so that's pretty much my life, but you guys are here for the Tennis Ace, I think. Yeah, so basically that's crazy remembering June's last update was then, October. That's not a page. This is the Shuichi page, the father abuse page. Ugh, that is a tough thing to leave off of. I forget which one we left off of. Did we talk him off? I'm not sure. I forget if we talked him off or something like that. I might have to like skim through the scene again just to remember, but either we fought back for Shuichi or we just sat there in silence and basically... I think we sat in silence so he could come back still? I'm not sure which one we did. Yeah. I am hoping we don't have another Takehiko moment. Another honeymoon for me. Nice. That'd be interesting. Have some good times. So, I guess I'm just gonna quickly get into this to see where I left off, or to see what decision I made for this, because this is right next to when the update changed, so... let's get into the reading. No! I broke the game! Oh dear God, the pain. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh no! Oh no! That is awful. I bet I can go back and, go to like the main menu or something like that, but this is strange. I'm just gonna ride this out and see what this looks like, if it just fixes anything. Basket said he would be here, so maybe he'll help me get through this. Nico Ishimaya. Monday, April 3rd? That sounds a bit off. I thought it was June. Oh my God, it's going back to day 1. Yep. Time to go back. We lost all our progress. We have amnesia. Is this going to give us a... Yep. This also gives us an error. Let's see. Can we roll back? How far can we roll back? Nope. I have broken the game. I need tech support, please. Help. I'm reopening this game. I have broken it on Valentine's Day. This game has broken my heart. Wow. I have not saved before then. Except for August 18th. I guess I finished at like midnight one day. Wow. I guess I was playing really late that day. Oh, this is the flashback, I think. Okay. Wait. Oh, is this... Okay. The last case K update actually borked saves. I think since it came out after the last Shuichi update, you just didn't play Shuichi since then. Okay. That's probably true, so... Yeah, I'm taking the L for this. And we have the new house. Don't worry, I'm just gonna play through all of what Shuichi's previous update is, just fast forwarding through it. Oh, it's not gonna let me... It's gonna pretend like I haven't played it yet, so I'm gonna skip these messages for now. So... Oh my gosh, it's the next morning. And Shuichi is shirtless. And then there's the green fish. Okay, Shuichi's not naked, but, he is shirtless. Yeah. Oh, you updated Renpy too. Okay. I updated Renpy recently too, and I wasn't sure how much changed. But yeah, like, I think that can be a big problem with like Renpy is like if you update it, things are gonna get whacked up with your saves or whatever. So, don't worry, we're gonna fast forward. Oh, this is the kitchen. I keep forgetting we have multiple rooms now for Nico, I call him, Nico's house. So we're going to fast forward through this. Happy, sad, happy, etc. Blah, blah, blah. Then we got little Akie, the dork. Shima. Then we got June. What's happening? Then we talked to Sai and Kei. Oh, and then we got the band members. I forgot all this. And then we end up seeing Haruki's new friend. The special character who's an insert that I think is a good insert. Okay, he's the drama king, I guess you can call him. He's a sassy lassie. There he is, being sad. Okay, we're gonna keep fast forwarding. Oh yeah, I forgot he's also part of student council, and then Haruki is like, student council is stupid. Trying to flash back to all the previous stuff. Just with new background art. Are we gonna see new CG? Probably not right now. And then this is Shuichi's house. Oh god, here we go again. There's this option to skip next choice. Just make sure you have skip unread text enabled, and it should stop where you left off if there are no choices until then. Okay. Wasn't going... Wait, I'm trying to remember what the choice I did was. Okay, so here's hoping since we have a guest. Do I still have to be a guest? As far as this is concerned, blah blah blah. I'm trying to remember what the choice was. Okay, what was our choice? I think we don't mind. This is the thing where it was like, oh, we don't mind like something happening. Okay, yeah, that was the thing about the origami. Yeah, thanks for the help, Basket. I'm just trying to remember what choices I made. If it's enabled, you'll skip stuff you haven't read. Yeah, it's a sad thing, but I have that on right now, actually. I just wanted to kind of flash back to kind of just recollect where I am in the game. Because, man, it's like you just forget after like not playing for 3 months. Okay. And this is the part where shit hits the fan. And I forget if I wanted to stay quiet so we can come back, or... I just can't bring myself to stay silent, like, personally, but I just am nervous that's the wrong choice. We are resaving on February the 16th. Ah, it's just so tough, because I think I tried both choices out, but I stuck with the one where it was like, we could still come back. I don't know which one's the right choice. I think we did this one, but I need some help, please. I need the game creators' help to help me win this game. Oh, dear God. This is bad. Yeah. I forget. This is I know we get kicked out. Like, I know what happens when this happens, but it's really tough seeing both choices. Like, my heart hurts after each one, and I'm just, like, kind of skimming through this just because it's like getting some flashbacks. So, yeah. We can take the pain. Yes, we can. But we'll never be able to come back to his house. Oh, this is so tough. So... it's so tough. I feel like doing the other option's the better one. Ah, so frustrated. I'm like too insecure to choose. Like, that's really bad. Can you guys please help? Because I think we stayed quiet. Ah, this is bad, so... okay, so it's like we get to see more of like the file inspector. Oh my god, I hate you so much, Basket. I hate you. Why had to put a good place decision on me? Ah, had to make a good place reference. Fuck. Ah, guess we'll just be quiet. So nothing more to say. See that? And yeah, I can tell from your face you have more to say. Yeah. Shouldn't have, yeah. We got the whole stereotyping thing about the house. And so we get some really bad moments. So regardless, I don't have time. Blah, blah, blah. This really hurts to read. Oh my god, I feel bad leaving like this. This is how we're gonna go out. So, time for the actual gameplay. Did my best to stay still. Okay, I'm just gonna save here so we don't have to see that. These people for... there we go. Day 25. My heart's broken. Why did I have to go through that on Valentine's Day? Oh, and here's the new rooftop. Look at the birds stuck in the sky. Here we go. Gotta move the mic so I can have a better location for it. Just go put it on top of my drawing tablet. Good spot, right? Here we go. Most of the time, there's always a really nice breeze up here. Settings changed. Today, though, even the air feels like it has grown stagnant. I've been sitting here for probably a few hours already. I didn't even feel like showing up to class today, and yet here I am. Akie basically forced me out the door, grumbling about how I could be such a useless older brother sometimes, just as all younger brothers do when they hit puberty. I was that way with my older brother. I of course didn't tell him anything about what happened last Friday. It's not like any good could come out of it. He'd probably just get really worried about the whole situation. Shuichi hasn't talked to me at all since I left his house, which is uncommon for him. We broke up, the end. At first I was fine with that because I was really mad at him. But now I just feel sad. I couldn't bring myself to sit through hours of classes, so instead I came up to the rooftop and decided to ditch. Going outside would be too risky since I might end up getting picked up for truancy, and that would be hard to explain. I'm having a case of the big sad. Can you please let me not come to class today? Honestly, mental health is a very good reason to take a break at times from class. Like, I've had to do it before. I've had to walk out of class from time to time because, sometimes I'll just get overwhelmed. It's okay. It's a legitimate reason. I think it should probably be around lunch break by now. I'm not quite sure. I've spent most of my time up here staring at the clouds, sleeping, or playing games on my portable. I fish my phone out of my pocket, and I'm welcomed by a text from Saya. I didn't really feel like talking, so I decided to just shut it down and toss it into my bag. My mind just went to thinking, what if he just, instead of putting it in his bag, he just, threw it off the roof or whatever. He's like, just closed it and yeeted it off the roof. I just don't feel like talking to anyone. No way it's going to distract me now. Oh god, I'm just imagining Shuichi coming up here now and just being like, I'm sorry, I haven't talked to you in days. Something like that. If I'm lucky, they'll think I didn't show up at all today and no one will come looking for me up here. It's not exactly a secret that I like coming up to the rooftop, so if they know I'm at school and they want to talk to me, they likely come up here real quick. Ugh, being predictable really sucks. Oh my gosh, this sounds like me. And also, feeling like this also sucks. Why do I have to get all wimpy and sad all of a sudden? I shouldn't even care. I wish I could go back to just not caring. Things were much easier when I was just apathetic to everything around me, back in day one. Stupid Shuichi. Is this the dramatic third act? Ugh, gasp, a stranger appears. Crap, someone's coming up here after all. Quick, jump off the roof. Do a flip. In the position I'm in, I can't really get up and try to hide in time, so instead, I just pretend I'm a scarecrow. I'm just imagining him doing something really stupid. Oh, it's Saya. Hello. Oh, there you are. The only one that appears in my line of sight is this surprisingly tall childhood friend of mine. Girls can be tall. There's a movie named after tall girls. Oh god, people are gonna kill me for that one. Figures you'd find me. You're not exactly a master at hiding. You're pretty predictable most of the time. I was hoping people would just think I didn't come to class today and wouldn't find me. People saw you walking through the gate, you know. Oh. Right. Mission failed. We'll give him next time. Hey, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Have you talked to Shuichi about it? My heart. My soul. Don't do this to me. Oh my god. Yes, stupid, sexy Shuichi. I'm still kind of bummed that I can't get that body pillow at this point. Like, I'm trying to save on money and stuff like that, and I can't make any, like, outlandish priced purchases. Like, I can't make any big purchases right now because currently I'm trying to, save money up for my new studio, or not new studio, for my studio next year. And I also want to just, not, get my parents concerned about what I'm getting. Like, it's like they're just very concerned about me, like, not making excessive purchases just because my brother has spent a lot of money too in the past, I guess. But since he's at home, it's like, he has a little more leeway. But for me, it's like, yeah, you're on your own. If you make any giant purchases, that's gonna be bad. Like, yeah. So that's my story of how I want a Shuichi body pillow, but I can't. Yes, the good old Shuichi Daki. Anyway, why are you asking me that? Oh, come on. It doesn't take much to know something's wrong. You didn't show up for class. Shuichi is walking around looking like a zombie. It isn't difficult to put two and two together. Oh boy. I'm assuming his dad just not like physically beat the crap out of him, but just mentally just beat the crap out of him with like making him do schoolwork and crap. Ah, poor Shuichi. This is what I get for telling you about us, isn't it? Oh, please. Like it wasn't obvious even without that. Huh? I've known you two were dating already. I was just being nice and waiting for you two guys to tell me yourselves. We haven't told her yet? I completely forgot. I thought we did. I feel like we hinted that we had a crush or something, but who knows. So, and when you didn't, I decided to ask directly to see if you'd come clean about it. We were too dishonest. That's why. You really are nosy, aren't you? A little bit late on the lecture. I shake my head, clutching my face in the palm of my hands and groaning into them. So, what seems to be the problem anyway? Please tell me you didn't fall back into your old MO already. What? No, of course I didn't. Then you two are still together, right? I don't know. Maybe? What? No. You have to know. You can't not know. Oh, she doesn't know. She doesn't know the half of it. It's so difficult when this stuff happens. Oh, my phone is going off. Somebody texted me. They are going to start heading back now. I just have to tell them I'm streaming right now. Blah, 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 by the time you get back. Sorry, it's like I have to sometimes read out loud, because otherwise I won't be able to finish the text while trying to talk to you guys. Can't multitask that well. So yeah, my parents are leaving from like, I think it was like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from where we are. But then traffic gets worse coming back up, so it should be about 2-ish, maybe a little more hours before I have to end this stream. Because they'll be coming back with their relatives. I don't want to be like interrupting them with this. So, yeah, we do not know the situation. Okay, so did she come all the way up here? Did she come up all the way here because she was worried about me? Or because she wanted gossip? Sai-chan, I'm sorry, but I really don't want to talk about this. Can you just leave me alone? Boo, not you too. too? Oh god, she talked to Shuichi first. Well, of course. I tried asking Shuichi-kun about it first, but he just brushed me off and asked to be left alone. Classic Saya. So she really did come here just for the gossip. What's with that look on your face? It's nothing. That's just what my face looks like. Okay, I'm sorry for meddling. Please stop glaring me at hold on. Please stop glaring at me like that. Sheesh. I don't think she's sorry at all, but this is just too bothersome to keep up. Can you just leave me be for now? Please? I don't know. You really just look upset, and I don't like the idea of leaving a friend alone when he's upset. Yes, Saya, bring us back into good mental health. Okay, so you left Shuichi alone. That's different. He physically pushed me out of his classroom. Oh god. He just frickin' yeeted Saya. Damn. I can do the same. Nice try. You're not Shuichi. I'll crack one of your nuts before you even get the chance. Oh my god. I am too scared to... My nuts are... Gotta protect my nuts from Saya. Dear lord. What? That's so unfair! Life isn't about fairness, Cotton. Why are we cotton? Cotton? Yeah, that's what I'm asking. What is this cotton of which you speak? Yeah, I saw someone call a guy that in a movie. I don't frickin' know what a cotton is. I am so unaware. So, why am I friends with you? What do you mean? Why wouldn't you be? Oh god, I give up. I don't have the patience to deal with her free-spirited ways. Not right now, at least. You going somewhere? I get up from the floor, dusting the back of my pants clear and heading for the door. To class. Lunch break is gonna end soon anyway. Really? I thought you were going to ditch all day. So did I. Without even looking back at her, I speak while my head clutches the doorknob. I feel a tiny little bit better. Thanks, Saya-chan. A few hours later, before I even notice it... Oh, I thought there were like two songs going back and forth with each other, and I was like, oh no, I broke the game. Okay, we're good. So, before I even notice it, the bell rang. I quickly take a look at the notes I made, somewhat surprised at just how complete they are. Misery makes me take better notes. I thought coming to class would just be all around terrible, but instead, I feel super focused for some reason. Besides, the mood around here is so much better after the end of midterms that I couldn't help but feel a little bit better myself just being around the cheerful atmosphere. I suppose I owe my classmates one, even if they have no idea why. The only exception being... Oh god, June is nowhere to be seen today. Surprise, surprise. Poor little guy. Hey, do you guys know if June sent an absence note or something? Oh god, we have to talk to Jin. Gin's the homie though, but Jin? I try asking the mouse twins who sit nearby since they always tend to get here somewhat early. No, not really. Even if he did, absence notes don't tend to be publicized to the students, you know. I'm like doing Jin's voice still. I suppose. Still, didn't hurt to ask. I wonder if everything's alright. Oh no, everybody hurts. He seemed to be struggling a lot last week, especially on Friday. Maybe he's fallen ill. I have to admit that's a scary thought. Maybe I should send him a message to check up on him. In the meantime, I'm gonna head to practice. Oh my god, guys. We are actually playing tennis in this game. Holy shit, it's happening. We're finally playing tennis in Tennis Ace. It's gonna be real. It'll be good to move around and focus on something else for a change. Yes, it would be. It's good to distract myself when I'm in a bad mood. Besides, working out some aggression while hitting a few serves sounds amazing right now. Let me guess, we're gonna do terrible because we're gonna be very emotionally charged. This is what happens to me when I'm emotionally charged. I totally screw up my own playing skills and then I suck. So maybe the same will happen to Nico. So, thanks anyway. I'm gonna head to practice now. See ya. The younger brother doesn't even bat an eye, waving me off and turning back to his brother to continue chatting. They're twins. I know it's like the whole, 2 minutes you're my younger brother, or some crap like that, but come on. I hate that excuse. The elder brother stares at me, however, frowning and biting the edge of his lip. Hey. Are you alright? Huh? Who, me? Yeah, that's a weird question to ask all of a sudden. You looked a bit zonked out to me, though. Zonked out? I may have changed Basket's dialect a little to use the word zonked. Okay. And you're deflecting. I'm fine. That's just your imagination. If you say so. He shoots me a suspicious look, but I don't bother to stick around. I need to play tennis for once. I just can't deal with someone being all worried about me right now. I'm not in a good state of mind to be fielding questions. So instead, I choose to flee, just like me when I'm in social anxiety situations. It might be cowardly, but I'll be damned if it doesn't work every time. Oh my god, we have a new tennis... I was gonna call it a tennis field. Tennis stadium complex. Tennis courts. Something. So, zonk, it's like... I think zonked out's just kind of like slang, where it's like you look zonked out, like you look kind of mentally out of it, you look very, distant or faded mentally. I've used that term a lot, and I feel like I've heard it from people around here in like California all the time. It just kind of came into my dialect throughout my childhood. So, zonked out. I'll be damned if I'm not the reason why that's in this game. Do you know what zonks means? Like, zonk Scoob? No, but... Like I said, refer to what I just said before. I just saw your question now, so... So, here we go. The sounds of rushed steps and rackets hitting balls fills my ears. Grunts of effort as people practice their serves, their strokes, and all other kinds of shots. It all sounds like music to my ears. I didn't realize how much I missed it until today. Yes, you kind of miss it after you play 3 character select days, 12 more other days. So you haven't played for at least 2+ weeks. Yeah. That's a feeling that I haven't felt in such a long time. For the past few years, all I can remember is feeling content during practice, but never really looking forward to it. Matches are always a thrill, but even those have started getting dull after a while. But for some reason, I feel like the fire inside of me that had been blown out so long ago is now starting to light itself back up. And it's in my best interest to see if it's kept lit. Oh, here we got Saya in her tennis uniform. Or tennis outfit, whatever it's called. Oh, there you are. I was wondering when you were going to get out of the locker room. Oh, God, my voice is like not as good with the runny nose. Sorry. I guess I just got lost in thought for a bit. I was flashing back to the first day when I saw Shuichi in the locker room with a jockstrap. But now we're sad at him, so... we are not. So, how are our numbers doing today? Today is the first practice section we had in the courts in a while, so I wonder how many of the members actually showed up. It's so-so so far. It's so far. Oh my god, that is a fucking... what is it? There's a literary phrase for it, but I'm bad with literary stuff. So, a lot of our seniors are unaccounted for, and that's just considering the ones that haven't officially quit the club already. You mean the ones that didn't win? Those pathetic plebs. Reminds me of how Shuichi's club is, or I'm assuming that's how most of the clubs are, where it's like, you only play during the first half of the year, and if you're good enough, you keep continuing. That really sucks. Like, for me in high school, you kept playing until the end of the year normally. Like, my sport was in the spring, so it was at the end of the school year, so even then it was like, we'd be playing pretty much up until, like, the end of, like, our school year, and yeah, it was like nobody would quit, like, halfway through the season. At least, like, 99% of us, so it's so weird to see that in, like, Japan. Oh my god, Margrim. Weirdly, I saw a shirt like size tennis look at Kmart last week. Just popped into mind. You gotta, like, take that and then, like, sell it on, like, where, not like eBay or just some, like, Fur Affinity related website or whatever. It's just like, size tennis outfit, and just, like, jump the price up. They don't quit because they suck. They quit to focus on college entrance exams. But they also suck. Because they are incredibly important over there. And also super difficult over some stores. Or for some stores. Okay. It makes sense, but I'm not saying it like they suck. I'm just saying, like, it's kind of like when you make state or, like, you make nationals. It's not like you quit, it's just that you didn't make it to, like, the big finale thing, and typically that big finale is always during, like, a more inconvenient time. Like, for me, I never made, like, the state finals, so I would always go back to club earlier, stuff like that. Yeah, like, I'm assuming that the really, really good players that win, like, Nico or, like, Saya and stuff like that, and Shuichi, if he had won, I feel like those guys end up, like, going to, like, the finals or whatever, and, like, they keep playing if they won their regional events or whatever. So that's why I'm saying it like that. I didn't mean to be like, oh, they suck, they are terrible. But, yeah, I'm assuming it's like that, like, you win the tournaments, you're still, your season is still going, and so for juniors and lower level people, it's like their off season, like they keep playing for next year. It's weird for me to explain this to non-sports people, because it's hard to explain off season, like, why are you playing when your sport's not happening for another year? But, yeah, I'm getting into sports talk again. We are finally playing tennis in Tennis Ace, holy crap. So, anyway. Have we had many quitters? Not as many as I thought we would. But then again, it's only June. There's June, and then there's June. Or is it Jun? I don't know how to pronounce Jun's name. I think it's June. It's Jun and June. Basket, you're going to throw me off with all these names. Either that, or June secretly joined the tennis club and then just quit last minute. That'd be an interesting twist of events. So you're saying to give it time? Pretty much, yeah. I'm sure we're going to have a few more. That's just how it goes with seniors. So true, like, once your team, like, loses, like, state or whatever, regionals or whatever, the players tend to just kind of, like, stop showing up to, like, the practices afterwards if they're seniors. That's what I did my senior year. I was just like, I'm just not going to show up to practice again now. It doesn't matter. I think you should go and find Shuichi and apologize to him. I would love to do that if they give me the chance. So, yeah. This time of year tends to be pretty difficult for most school clubs. Usually, not many senior year students stick around with their clubs until the end of the year. They either leave right at the start of the school year, or leave right around the second midterm period. Oh my god, multiple midterms, this is gonna hurt my brain. I'm at a point where I only have like one midterm per quarter, so I think only one more class might do a second midterm in the future, but I think I'm done with having multiple midterms, but oh my god. I remember the anxiety of studying for multiple midterms, it's bad. So sure, we have a few others that leave here and they're sprinkled around the year, but most of the time, those are the known mass quitting periods. How are you feeling? You up to practice hard? I feel invigorated. Give me some balls and let me hit them as hard as I can. That's great. I'm glad to see you so enthusiastic. I'm sure it'll help motivate our juniors too. And they do need all the motivation they can get. Especially Case K. I'm just imagining Case K being like, I look up to my senior senpai, Nico. They do. Why? Saya's shoulders slump as she sighs deeply, shaking her head. I really wish you'd pay a little more attention sometimes. Spare me the theatrics and just answer my question. Sheesh, so rude. Saya! Fine, fine. You don't have to yell. A lot of our juniors have taken the results of the last tournament pretty hard. They have. Yes, seriously, pay attention to some of the other members sometimes too. So insensitive. You're the vice captain, and it would help me a bunch if you could get your head out of your ass every now and then. Saya's giving us the real talk. This is the real tea. I wish I had some tea right now, because this is some real tea. All I have is water. Which I need to drink because my voice is getting bad. Good. Is this how you ask people for help? Because I feel even less inclined to listen now. That guy you played against in the finals. He played against a lot of our members too. Not just you and K-kun. And, well, it wasn't pretty. Oh, yeah. I can imagine that. That match was really rough. I would feel terrible having a freshman kick my ass like that. This same situation happened to me my senior year of high school. Like, I was playing in a beach volleyball tournament, and it was like the quarterfinals, and we played against this like freshman sophomore duo that were like basically prodigies, I guess, of their age, and they just like kicked my partner and I's ass. Like, we were leading at one point, and they got to like the halfway mark of the game, and then they just flipped the tables on us. Those guys eventually went on to continue to this day to play professional beach volleyball. Like, I think one of them is in high school still, and I think the other's in college, I'm not sure, but I know they both played together, and they just started playing in like the AVP, which is like the American Professional Beach Volleyball League. And so, yeah, they were good, to say the least. Alright, so I'm still very surprised that I managed to win it at the end. Maybe due to some replaying and making the right decisions. There were lots of times during it that it really didn't seem like victory was possible. And yet, playing against someone like him got me excited to try harder. But that's because it was a really tight match. Yes, I'll get back to the reading of the tennis ace. For less experienced players who are suddenly faced with a wall that high, it's hard not to let the frustration consume you. Feelings of, I can't do this after all, or I'd suffer less if I just gave up, are bound to occur. When I think about it that way, I can't help but feel a little bad for our juniors. Are Case K and I the only ones who came out of it feeling more motivated? Pretty much, yeah. A lot of our juniors are really inexperienced. Many of them just joined the club because they found we had high-ranked players here and they felt inspired by us. They're only at the stage of, this is kind of fun. Tennis is just a thing they do to pass time. They're not really serious about it. So it's pretty normal for them to feel dejected after experiencing huge losses. And it wasn't just against that Akita guy. Very few of our players had managed to qualify for the next stage of competition this year. It's one of our worst yields in a while. Yikes. This sounds like my senior year of high school, where it was like the future of our franchise, or the future of our high school sucked after I graduated, basically, and basically every year we just kept getting worse and worse. Yeah, my senior year was the peak of my high school days. I hate to sound like the guy who peaked in high school. But yeah. Luckily, my community college sounds like the opposite of it. They're actually doing better this year than last year, so I gotta give them a pat on the back for that. So, it is? Yikes! Jeez, do you know anything? Do you read? Honestly, I am starting to feel a little bit bad for being so clueless. It's like I have a character flaw. I guess I should listen more often when God, I keep forgetting how to pronounce this. Is it Mikado? Mikado-sensei talk to me. So it's like, I guess I should listen more often when Saya Mikado-sensei talk to me. I've heard people pronounce it multiple ways, and it's so frustrating. I'm a Eurovision fan, and there's a song where they pronounce it a different way, and it's like, it just drives me nuts. So, yeah. Or at me. So more often when they talk to me, or at me, more say. I'm just so used to getting lectured that I just kind of tune it out by now. Probably not a good thing, but I still reserve judgment on that. We only had 3 guys and 4 girls qualifying for the regional tournament. Oh god, this isn't even the regional tournament yet? Holy crap! Oh, because it's prefecturals and then regional... Things are stupid. Japan is stupid. No, I'm kidding. Japan, you're fine. You guys are different. Or, you're kind of sort of different than us. I mean, California's so big we don't have, like, nationals. We're just like, oh, we just have regionals and state. And that's it. So I guess they have prefecturals, then regionals, then nationals. I don't know. So we only had 3 guys and 4 girls qualifying for the regional tournament. That's 7 people in total. Last year, we got 13! Holy crap, we are really sucking this year. Oh, that really doesn't sound good. How many did we have qualify for nationals last year? I'm assuming it's just gonna be us. Oh, never mind. 3. 2 guys and 1 girl. That one girl was me. I can imagine her being so sassy. Ouch. So you mean me, you, and Keikun? Yep. Oh god. When you're so bad the juniors are better. Those are really terrible numbers. Maybe I really should get more involved in these aspects of running the club. Why are we even considered a successful club anyway? Well, when you're an individual sport, you can tend to ride on individuals. But when you're a team sport like volleyball, you ride and die on your team. So, I mean, I get that me and Saya are ranked really high, but just 2 players don't carry a club. I really should have made Keiku my co-captain. Then at least I'd get some more help with this stuff. Oof, slight burn. Hey, that's a bit of a low blow. Good. You know, I don't need this attitude. Well, too bad. I'm in a bit of a bad mood today, so you're getting it anyway. Jeez, woman. What got into you today? You were fine earlier. You mean when you ditched me in the roof? Yes. You mean when you ditched me on the roof? Yes. I love just how casually that is. When does genitalia help us with our sports? That is a very good question, Akira. You do not know the history of sports. And that is a very interesting thing, the testosterone. Anyway, no hesitation whatsoever. You guys are really mean to me all the time. Yeah, I don't really care for the whole playing victim thing. I'm just gonna go practice. What? Yeet. Bye. I walk right by Saya, leaving her behind in stunned silence while going up to one of the courts and picking up a basket full of balls. Basket is full of balls, yes. I already know where this little dance leads. Right into me right into me getting guilted into something. It's happened a lot over the years. I'm numb to it by now. For the next few minutes, I just focused on practicing my serve, so much so that I start losing track of time. Oh my god, 2 people have played this before me? I hate you so much. Not you, I mean, God. I'm gonna have to edit that line. No, you cannot. You are keeping that line and you're gonna like it. Oh my goodness. You make it too easy. Oh god. I am proud that I have made that joke, but I'm disappointed that I'm only the 3rd person to have made it, which I was the 1st. For the next few minutes, I just start focusing on practicing my serve, so much so that I start losing track of time. Hitting the ball as hard as I can feels really therapeutic. Granted, I don't really get that many shots inside doing that, but it's a nice way of working out my stress. And well, it might have added the benefit of increasing my accuracy when serving super hard. Who knows? Either way, Saya doesn't really come again to bug me. It's not like I don't consider the things she said. I probably could stand to do more around here. But I really don't have the patience to deal with the guilting. For some reason, the juniors seem to be giving me weird looks every now and again. It's like I'm super mad I'm in rage mode. Is there something wrong? That's a seriously scary face you got right there. Oh my god. I just gotta do that for all the juniors and freshmen. Oh, is it Keisuke? Did I do this for Keisuke? Another long ears appears around me, staring right into my face. He just like walks up straight in front of Nico and just stares at him. It's just like, what the fuck are you doing, Nico? As soon as I turn around to meet his gaze, he immediately looks away from me. Pardon? Did you and... God, I'm doing... what is it? I'm doing Genichira's voice. Did you and Mizuguchi-senpai get into a fight again or something? You're both looking like you're about to kill someone. Or, well, she looks like she's about to kill someone. Or she looks like she's about to kill someone. No, I wouldn't call it a fight. Is that so? Are you alright? For crying out loud, not this again! Why does everyone keep asking me that? Yes, I'm fine. Do you need something? Doesn't exactly inspire confidence when I say I'm fine with that kind of look on your face. Get to the point. That is its own point in it of itself. But alright. I was wondering if you want to play a practice match today. Sure, why not? Better than hitting the ball into nothing. Right. I'm just gonna call Coach over. He also said he wanted us to play against each other, so I'm sure he'll want to watch. Bye! Tennis practice continues on as usual, even if a little tense. A few hours later, I have sprained all my ankles. Oh man, my whole body is aching right now. I think I might have pulled a muscle at some point in there. I was going so hard at it all day I didn't even stop to consider how much I was overexerting myself. Playing in a bad mood was a really bad idea. Heading into the locker room, I see a few other guys hanging around and chatting. Some of them are getting changed as well, and I quickly look away from those. There are a few volleyball team players in here, so maybe they finally finished practice on their end. I'm hoping to see a Red Panda character, and if it's not me, I swear to God! No, I'm kidding. I know there's supposedly a Red Panda character on the volleyball team. Coincidentally with my lucky number, or the number I always use when I play. But it isn't me, actually. I think I drew this way back when, what the official canon team looked like, I guess. According to Basket's description he gave me, so... Way worse art than what I do now. Forget that was almost a year ago. Jeez, it was forever ago. So I guess now that Shuichi isn't around, they don't get held back forever. Probably not going to be something that they'll miss. Oh no, Shuichi's not playing with them. No! Akie is here. He's about to push us and ask us for our lunch money. Sitting on one of the benches is a familiar white wolf with a towel thrown on top of his head. Somehow, his fur is even whiter than the towel's fabric, and that's quite a feat. He has an intense look in his eyes, even as he looks down at the ground. I feel compelled to talk to him. Are you picking a fight with the floor or something? Who? He looks up, and as soon as he sees me, I notice the tiniest hint of his expression softening. It's only a little bit, but his brows seem like they've relaxed a little. Even the corner of his mouth twitched for a second. It's just you. What do you want? You look pretty pissed off, and that's coming from me. What's up? What do you care? Come on, man. I just worked super hard and I'm tired. Don't make me drag it out of you. There it is again. The twitch on the corner of his mouth. Almost like he's forcing himself not to smile. Practice is annoying. This whole working together thing is bullshit. You should have played sand volleyball, because you've only had to deal with one other person, man. Like, that or, hey, join tennis. Join the tennis club, Akie. You don't have to be on a team with anybody. I'm just imagining, like, Akie playing tennis and just absolutely shitting on people. That would probably be horrible. So, and yet you have been kicked out of the team. Why is that? Let's analyze this. Psychology moment. Akie looks away from me, grumbling something that I can't quite hear. Guess it doesn't hurt to try. He's like, I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of this kid. Oh my god. I'm sorry, what? Nothing. Don't you have better things to do than bother me? You'd think. Honestly, why am I talking to him? This guy's the crudest person I know, and I'm always a headache. Why on earth do I keep talking to him? I must really be a sucker for punishment. Yuck. That's a really disgusting thought. I refuse. Oh, hey, Warwick. Great seeing you here. I'm here in moral support. Oh, yes, I'm sorry to hear. It's like, I'm hoping your dog feels better. It's like trying to get my words together, but yeah. Send some thoughts and prayers for Warwick's dog, because she had a little bit of a tail sprain or ligament tear or something like that. And yeah, gotta hope that the doggo's tail heals. So, anyway, how's the team? Annoying. Boy, aren't you articulate. No, you dipshit. I meant how are they doing since Shuichi left? Oh. He coos softly in response to my question, staring vacantly into space while his brows furrow and twitch. I can almost picture the gears going inside his head. It's an amusing thought. They're okay, I guess. Not much time to be sad when you have to work. There's still the next tournament. Wow, that's really pragmatic. That's really pragmatic coming from you. The wolf frowns, cocking his head to the side and staring at me as if he just heard something stupid. I'm not a girl. I said pragmatic, not pregnant, you dumbass. The hell does it mean? Is it some kind of foreign language? It's Japanese! Oh god. It means being practical. Oh, why didn't you just say so? Oh god, this guy might be more of an idiot than I initially thought. No wonder he's a delinquent. Either way, I guess I'm glad in a way that things are still going smoothly. Well, sort of. This team is really crappy without the dog around. He speaks loudly enough that some of his teammates hanging around the locker room turn to shoot him angry looks. What do you mean we suck? Throwing so much shade it hurts. He completely shrugs them off, not even registering their presence. Ugh, I feel like such a dweeb saying this, but the dog was really good. He's the only one that could bring out this team's full potential. Damn, that's really nice of you. Yeah, whatever. There's no denying it. This guy has definitely softened up tremendously. It would probably make me a little bit happier to hear if I wasn't so conflicted right now. The more I hear about it, the less I want Shuichi to give up on volleyball. He should be in here practicing with his team. It's bullshit that he's not allowed to just because of Takahiko-san. I'm remembering things I'd rather forget about. I had thought of maybe giving Shuichi some more space, but I don't think I can do that. Yes, go see him! Oh, another anecdote from Basket. Haruki among all the side characters is probably the one with the most background development. For reasons. Haruki root. Haruki root. Haruki root. No, I'm not gonna plant that seed in your guys' heads. That would be an interesting concept, but we already talked about this. It was originally gonna be a root, then it got moved and replaced with Keisuke, so yeah. It's not gonna be a thing, unfortunately. I need to talk to him and sort things out. I feel like if I stay away much longer, I won't be able to talk to him again. If you'll excuse me, I kinda need to go now. Haruki shrugs, grabbing his towel from his head and stuffing it back into his bag. Not my problem. I'm gonna go shower. Don't even think of trying to sneak a peek. Very funny. I wish I could tell him not to say that sort of thing in public, but if I act like I'm bothered by it, then I'll just sound defensive. Sometimes I really hate this guy. I quickly jog my way through campus, heading to the only place that Shuichi could still be. My guy's still doing student council. I'm shocked that his dad would be like, "Don't do student council! Student council is extra work!" Like, even my parents are kind of like that with me, like, telling me, like, it's better to do less work than to, do less, school, I guess. Like, they want me to focus mostly on school, but yeah, it's not this extreme. So I quickly jog my way through campus, heading to the only place that I know Shuichi could still be. If he's not here, then he surely will have left for home. However, this conversation ends up going. I feel like having it through the phone would be really inappropriate, so I'd rather not. I need to see him face to face. Even if that does make it much harder to keep my thoughts focused. I knock on the door, waiting around to see if there's any response. Other than a couple people passing by the hallway here and there, the entire place is lifeless and quiet. Some extracurriculars go better in a future curriculum. That's why he does student council. Oh yeah, it's probably also for like flexing on colleges so they can accept you. Kind of like how people will do like community service or like, yeah, student council stuff. Or like, I'm trying to think of the other stuff that's like, the stuff that was like big in high school that I didn't do because I was like, that's stupid. I could just do community college. So then again, it is late in the day already. Most clubs will have already finished their activities. Crap, could it be that the student council room is done for the day too? I quickly try on the other door only to find out that it is locked. I can't speak. I quickly try on the door to find that it is locked. Oh. Great. Suddenly the entire trek over here feels like it was pointless. Great job, Nico. What now? Leaning my back against the wall, I let myself slide down until I'm sitting on the ground. There's a tightness in my chest that I can't quite describe. I can't tell if it's irritation or sadness or... anything, really. It's just tight. Shuichi, I want to see you. Say his name 3 times and he'll appear. It's like Beetlejuice. Ah, great. Now I'm talking to myself. Regardless of the situation, that's never a good sign. I better head home and wash up. Maybe a hot shower will get my head out of this funk. Or at the very least, I'll be in a funk without smelling funky. I drop my bag right next to the sofa, looking around the house to see if I can find any traces of other people. The lights were off and there were no shoes by the door, so I guess Akie isn't home yet. Probably still at his club. He's been working really hard lately. Maybe I should praise him for that. My entire body feels sore and stiff. I desperately want to hot water to help me relax and loosen up a little. My god. Oh god, they still have the old shower. But it's from a... Is it from a different perspective? I swear it was like mirrored. I thought it was vertically reflected or something. Maybe I'm just going crazy. It's been forever since that day 6 scene. We do not have a shower yet. Where's the shower background? Getting into the bathroom, I begin to undress myself, folding my sweaty clothes and tossing them inside the laundry basket, which is halfway full by now. Just like mine is completely full right now, and I should probably do laundry once I'm done with this stream. I open the faucet on the tub, letting the water pour in to fill it up. Taking a seat by the washing area by the tub, I fill up a bucket with water and splash it on myself, feeling the warm water soak into my fur and run all the way down my body. Wait, did we? Hold on. I'm not gonna miss another basket joke. Did it say laundry basket? Yes, there is a laundry basket. Wonder if that smells funky too. I am 2 for 2 today. Let's go, boys. So, taking a seat by the washing area by the tub, I fill up a bucket with water and splash it on myself, feeling the warm water soak into my fur and run all the way down my body. Even though the water is perfectly warm, there is always the moment where you shiver from it touching your body, or more so feel like you're burning to death. Once I get used to the temperature difference, my entire body begins to relax. The heat from the water only lasts for a few seconds before coming back down to body temp, the air around me serving to cool me down rapidly. With a brush and some soap in hand, I scrub myself as clean as I possibly can. Reaching the spot by my shoulder blades is always tricky and a little uncomfortable, but I manage it. I wonder how much easier it would be to have someone else watch my back for me. Oh my god, did you just make an extracurricular activities joke or reference? Oh my god. Good old EA scene. Let me give you a hint. It involves Spencer in the main character. Back when we were kids, Shuichi and I used to bathe together all the time. Of course, having little kids doing that sort of stuff together means we probably horsed around more than we actually cleaned. Oh my god, you don't know the scene. It's like after the sex scene, like their first time they have sex, like they get in the shower and it's like Spencer, different husky, wants the MC to wash their back because he's like, oh, I can't reach it or whatever. And we're like, okay, sure, we'll help you. And then we do it. He's like, oh, that's nice. And we shower with him, basically. I'm assuming that's if you get like a good route or if you do the right choices. But yeah, that is from extracurricular activities. Surprised I didn't know that. Still, it's a very nice memory. I don't play EA, Dirk. I played it once 2 years ago when my boyfriend asked me to do it. Or then boyfriend, sorry. Oh my god. So maybe it's something we could revisit at some point. Akie bathes with me on occasion, but less and less these days. I'd be very creeped out if I was doing it with my 12-year-old brother. Like, I think you'd stop once you turn like 8 or 9, maybe 10 at the max. I think the oldest I ever bathed with like my brother was when he was like 10 and I was like 8. And then I think we stopped. Maybe I was 10. Yeah, no, I think he was 10. So, since he's my brother, I don't feel painfully awkward being naked around him. Or seeing him naked for that matter. Oh, I like hot water for days, for showering. Who likes cold water? I've never heard of that. But I like drinking cold water. He's just my little brother. Even if I tried, I couldn't bring myself to feel weird about it. It really is nice to have someone to massage my back, although Akie is really lacking in the upper body strength department. He's only 12! Probably a bit too much to ask for someone his age, though. It takes me a good 20 minutes before I feel like I've scrubbed to a satisfactory degree. My fur is completely soaked and heavy, clinging tightly to my body, and giving me the appearance of, well, of a wet dog. Makes me feel like I'm twice as heavy too, and I probably don't look anywhere near as fluffy as usual. I must see fluff from Shuichi, or Nico. Shuichi used to tell me every now and again that I'm surprisingly fluffy for a guy. I suppose I do have a lot of fur. Akie is really similar to me in a lot of ways, but sometimes I catch myself thinking that he doesn't look quite as... I don't want to say delicate, because that feels like a dig towards myself, but no other word seems to come to mind. He definitely doesn't have as much fur as me. That much is a fact. When I was his age, I remember being so poofy I had to trim my face pretty often so it wouldn't get into my eyes. Luckily, it settled down as I got older, but I guess I still have a lot of fur. Huh. Yeah. We're trying to cancel the Akie relationship culture, the Akie being in love with older people culture, because that is really downright disturbing. So, just a little side comment I saw. So it used to bother me a bit when I'd get taunted for looking a little girly, but when I think about it, Shuichi has always liked me just the way I am. Our character is a dog, yeah. He's a Shiba. He's a Shiba Inu. So that really makes me happy to think of. I'm going to try talking to him first thing tomorrow morning. Maybe show up to school early. That way we'll actually have time to talk before class starts. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good idea. Before I can space out too much, I rinse myself off of all the soap and shampoo until the water begins to run clear. If I want to space out, I can do it while soaking in the tub. Ah, this feels great. Warm baths are just the best. The sizzling of the grill echoes loudly in the otherwise silent kitchen. Even if I might not be in the greatest of moods, I still need to make dinner for everyone in the house. Akie sure as shit can't cook, so I can't really expect him to take care of himself. Meanwhile, Mom is... well, Mom. Other than seeing the food I leave for her in the fridge gone the very next day, there are times where I'm not sure if she came home at all. But she works harder than anything to keep us taken care of, so I'll at least handle the burden while she's home. It's what I've been doing for the past 10 years anyway. No big deal. From the entrance hall, I hear the sound of a door opening and then quickly close behind itself. Familiar footsteps echo closer and closer until a certain face pops up. Little old Akie. I'm home. I'm home. Welcome home. You're a little later than usual. Akie drops his bag next to me and walks up to the kitchen counter, leaning on it as he talks to me. Yeah, sorry. I lost track of time. We were doing practice matches today. That's good. Did you do well in them? It was okay, I guess. I won about half of them. Well, 50% win rate isn't bad. What are you talking about? Of course it's bad. I can't even win consistently locally, then I'll never qualify for larger competitions. Right now, my record is qualifying for regionals and getting eliminated in round 1. Oh, I feel terrible for Akie. It's like, you have this star brother, and then you just have Akie like, I'm not as good. Poor guy. Baby steps. You don't need to take the whole world by storm in a single try. Easy for you to say. Akie suddenly cocks his head to the side, scanning my face intently. Whoa, I haven't seen that look from his eyes. Holy crap. His eyes look a bit red. It's definitely a little bit unsettling. What's up there, buddy? Are you doing good now? Uh-huh. You looked like you were having a rough time over the weekend. I did? You spent most of the time either frowning, sighing, or locked up in your room. Ugh, great. I'm apparently as easy to read as can be. I'm fine. Everyone knows I'm fine never actually means I'm fine. You're looking too much into it. Come on, I'm your brother. You can talk to me, can't you? Somehow I really don't like the idea. Even if my mind logically knows that there's no way Akie would ever be unkind or homophobic, I still have a warning sign ringing inside my head whenever I think about telling him. Hell, telling Saya was less nerve-wracking than Akie. And I say that knowing full well that he just doesn't have it in him to be cruel. I guess I had a fight with Shuichi. Or maybe not with Shuichi himself. More like with Shuichi's dad. They're just be as vague about it as possible. Well, I mean, that is pretty much it. I mean, you kind of just had an argument with his dad, and as a result, the two of you kind of had to, like, take some distance. So, you're not being, like, completely, like, misleading. So, okay. No need to bring our relationship into the conversation at all. Whew, dodged a bullet. That does sound like it would suck, but why would you get so down over something so basic? Sometimes your lack of tact astounds me. Or maybe innocence would be a better way to describe it. Just apologize and things will be good, no? You know, you're so mature most of the time that sometimes I forgot you're still just a little kid. Huh? Aw, poor little Akie. That sort of naivety is exactly what I expect from a kid his age, after all. Sometimes people just don't want to accept apologies. It doesn't always work out for the best. So you did apologize? I did. I wasn't the one that was in the wrong, but I apologized to keep the peace and not make problems for Shuichi to deal with. And that didn't work? Like I said, sometimes people don't want to accept apologies. They might even take the opportunity to say really unkind things to you. Oh, are we gonna tell him? Oh no, if we tell him, I'd feel terrible. A household without a father, huh? Those words still ring clearly inside of my mind, and the shock of hearing them still hasn't faded. No matter how I look at it, it's needlessly cruel. Then he's the one that's at fault. Why are you even upset about this in the first place? I know you're a kid, but even then that's way too naive a point of view. Have you talked to Shuichi at all about this? We kinda haven't talked since it happened. Oh, it's not like you guys did not speak at all for so long. You tell me about it. Sometimes I just forget how used I am to seeing his face or talking to him almost every day. Even when we're both really busy, we always manage to make some time for each other. even if it was just to say a quick hi. I feel really uneasy being like this. Like, something is really wrong. I hate that feeling. Yeah, I'm gonna try talking to him about it tomorrow morning. At the very least, I don't like feeling like I can't talk to him. Yeah, that's probably for the best. There's definitely a few frustrations I need to air out before things can go back to normal. That's enough of that, though. Go clean yourself up. Dinner will be ready by the time you're done. I left the tub filled for you. Yeah, thanks. I'm trying to do like a pre-pubescent voice, but I'm not sure if I'm doing a girl voice at this point. I'm sorry to hear that, Darius. Did not know that. It's really tough to have only one parent in your life, or no parents. Like not having both your parents in your life is something that I empathize with. Not sympathizing, sympathizing meaning I've had that happen myself. Empathizing meaning I understand it, even though it hasn't happened to me personally. But yeah, I know people with that scenario, but just seeing it in general, just knowing just how hard it is having, a lot more, responsibility, or a lot more, to kind of, there's something missing is, I guess, what I'm trying to get at. Like, it's something that I'm trying to, like I said, try to empathize with. It's like I'm trying to find the right words, but, I understand, Darius. Sorry, I'm totally botched up, how to say that, but, I mean, it's like, I feel for you, I guess, in a way. Akie walks out of the kitchen, his steps echoing as he moves up the stairs. Akie, thanks for hearing me out even a little bit. You're the best little brother. Day 26, baby, let's get it! Is this going to be the big one? And here's the new school of background. The number of students passing by the gate is very small, even for this time of morning. Just to make sure there'd be no way I'd miss Shuichi, I dropped by even before the gates opened and just hung around them waiting for him to arrive. I also might not have been able to sleep much, which may have contributed to me being so early. Regardless, I lazily watched the few students that dropped by early in the morning while keeping my eyes open for a certain husky. Checking the time on my phone, I see that's around the time when he'd be showing up for class. He'll probably come up any time now. Man, he's gonna be really surprised to see me here even before him. Oh no, I'm gonna hate it if he doesn't show up to class today. It's gonna be one of those where he doesn't show up to class today. I'm gonna be so angry. The last time it happened was by complete accident, and he still looks shell-shocked. Just thinking about it, I can't help but pout a bit. It's like he has no expectations of me at all. Maybe I should start working a little bit harder to teach him a lesson. Bet he'd be real annoyed if I turned out to score higher than him on the next midterms. Oh my god, do not say that. If you score higher on the next midterms, his dad's gonna absolutely kill him. You hope he's gonna score higher than you. Because if you score higher than him, he's gonna be like, even this kid with a single mother is gonna do better than you. And then we'll just absolutely beat him. I am so sad. So, I'd love to see that look on his face. I'm sure it'd look lovely. But then again, he always does look lovely. Come on. You better show up. What am I doing? I'm daydreaming about embarrassing stuff instead of paying attention. God damn it, Shuichi, my head is filled with so much of you lately. I'm definitely going to make him pay for it soon. Yes, he is here. There he is. I see a familiar figure walking towards the gate with his eyes glued to the ground, his bag slung over his shoulder and held behind his back. His tail swishes meekly behind him, almost falling between his legs. I don't even need to get close to understand what Saya meant. He absolutely looks like a zombie. Oh, poor little guy. Poor, tall, little guy. Morning. Morning. He mumbles an unenthusiastic answer back at me, taking a few more steps past me as if it were nothing. Then, as if it had begun to click in his head, he stops in his tracks. Turning around, he stares at me with a blank look on his face for a few seconds before... Ah! Knee! Jeez, you took you long enough. What are you doing spacing out this hard first thing in the morning? What are you, huh? Eloquent. You're sure to be valedictorian. How are you here this early? Same way as always. I walked. You know that's not what I meant. I was hoping you and I could talk I was hoping you and I could talk, so I decided to get here early before you get busy. Is that alright? I guess that makes sense. Sure, we can talk. Let's walk a little over there. I don't want people overhearing us. I quickly point to a corner a few meters away from the main gate. Still by the front of the school, but far enough that no one can just pass by and hear us. And it's an open area, so if anyone starts getting close, we'll see them. Sure. Shuichi flashes me a strained smile, pressing his lips so tightly together that they form a thin line. Once we're there, I take a few deep breaths. I've already rehearsed what I wanted to say since last night. Now that all that's left is... I'm about to... just had a little... gastric reflex. So now all that's left to say... Okay, take 3. I've already rehearsed what I wanted to say since last night. Now all that's left is saying it. When I feel ready, I turn around again, seeing Shuichi staring at me expectantly. It's pretty clear to see that I'm not the only one feeling awkward and uncomfortable in this situation. I think we need to talk about what happened last Friday. I measure my words and my tone of voice, trying to speak as neutrally as possible. Shuichi nods slowly, listening intently. I'm sorry I had to put you in such a horrible position. I was trying my hardest not to cause any problems for you, but I messed up anyway. So be firm or be apologetic. Why must you make me do choices? I hate you, Basket. Let me look for context. I'm sorry that I put you in such a horrible position. I was trying my hardest. I messed up anyway. Let's see what be apologetic sounds like, and I'll see what that sounds like. I'm really, really sorry for all the trouble I've caused you. That's not it. We have to be firm. I think that's it. Look, it's not easy to say this, but I was wrong. Oh my god, that's not what I meant! What am I... what are these decisions? This is why I keep going back. It's like, I think being apologetic is better, because being firm is just saying that we're in the wrong, and we were not. I don't know. I checked one line. That's all I need. So I should double down with being apologetic. I'm really, really sorry for all the trouble I've caused you. I really should have kept my trap shut. I knew I was wrong even as I tried to say something which I stopped myself halfway through. But it'd have been better if I had never gotten started in the first place. I understand. Now I want to go back. This is just me, like, going back and forward through the timeline. It hurts. I think being firm, I kind of looked into it too quickly. Let's go back to being firm. Look, it's not easy to say this, but I was wrong. You were? Yes, even if I hate the way he treated you, that wasn't the right time to stand up to him. Okay, I like this better. We are sticking with this. I am for sure. Wait, be apologetic and kiss Shuichi. I'm not sure if that's actually gonna happen. So I'm just gonna say this one sounds better. So that wasn't the right time to stand up to him. It's easy for me to say that you need to stand up for yourself when I'm not the one getting the short end of the stick if things go wrong. So, much as it hurts me to say, I think it's just best to keep your head down and try not to. Oh my god. This is tough. Why are these decisions so hard? These are such hard decisions. So, it's best to just keep your head down. Try not to, you know. Yeah, that's what I'd think too. I'm sorry for creating so many problems from you. I really didn't mean to make things more difficult. Although he wasn't really reasonable, was he? I haven't tried to apologize and yet... Crap, I feel like my throat catching and my voice starting to break. Just think about the horrible thing Takahiko-san said and I'm starting to get choked up. Thinking it to myself was one thing, but actually talking to Shuichi about it it hits too hard. No one knows what I went through since my dad passed more than him. That Takahiko would make such a cruel comment like that he didn't have to go that far. Nee, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What for? I should have stood up for you, or said something. But part of me was relieved that I wasn't the one getting torn into. That's just so awful. When I think about it, I feel so disgusted in myself. I let him say something so awful to you, and I was relieved it wasn't directed at me. Okay, this is horrible. It's like weird because I'm going back and forth of, oh, I should have done the other decision, but at the same time I'm like, this is so insightful. This is so interesting hearing about. Like, it's so horrible that you get so subverted mentally with that seeing somebody else get the flack from your abuser makes you feel better. Like, that's really horrible to have that happen to you just because you've gotten so abused by them. I really think that's awful. Jeez. It did hurt. It felt like you didn't have my back when I needed you. But I also can't really say anything about it, right? I mean, I did chicken out of saying something too. You didn't chicken out. You did the right thing. Things would be indefinitely harder if you hadn't. Thank you, Shuichi, for confirming my past decision. So, right. Still, I hate it. I don't want him treating you like that, Shuichi. It isn't right. Unable to come up with a response to it, Shuichi kicks up a bit of dirt on the ground, looking everywhere but at me. No matter how much he wants to make an excuse, even he can't excuse this. We'll both work on it, right? We'll build your confidence back up until you can stand up for yourself. If that's what you want to do. It is. I might have gotten a bit shaken up thinking back to it, but I've already made my mind a while ago. Or made my mind up. I'm helping you until we can get you into a better situation. Okay. Hold on, I'm adjusting my mic. There you go. It feels really good to have been able to get it off my chest. Although I admit that it felt more like I was talking at Shuichi instead of talking to him. For the time being, maybe you should look into a way for you to spend more time out of the house. For the time being, that's way too big, or that's way too big a task for you to call it that. Or way too big an ask? I've never heard that phrase. Not necessarily. What if you start spending a few nights a week at your mom's? She still lives at your childhood home, right? That means you still have your room there. Shuichi chokes, his eyes going wide once he hears the words I have to say. Holy crap. That must be awful not, getting your parents divorced in middle school and not being able to spend time with them until your end of high school. That would be traumatic. Immediately upon hearing them, he takes an instinctive step away from me, hugging his arms close to his body and looking away. That's... I can't. Come on, I know you have your reservations, but don't you think it's about time? She probably won't want to see me. She's your mother. You know there's no way that's true. You're just making excuses again. Besides, I'm sure Hithaka-chan would enjoy seeing more of you, don't you think? I guess. Don't sound so meek about it. What's even holding you back at this point? Can we talk about this later? I don't think now's a good time. What? No! We can't talk about it later. We've already gotten this far, and it's not like it was a difficult conversation to begin with. It's better to say everything that needs to be said instead of letting it loom over our heads. I know I'm not going to be able to feel at ease until then. But... Just tell me already why you're so hesitant to do it. I'm sure it can't be a big deal. Oh, don't say that. It's gonna be a big deal. Should have taken out that line. I told you before. I feel guilty. Why guilty? You're not the reason they got divorced. You do know that, right? I agreed to go with Dad after without even being asked. I chose it of my own free will. Mom wanted to get custody of both of us, but I knew there was no way that was going to happen, so I just chose to go. Holy crap. That is just... Oh, God. I shouldn't speak in between this. Because I wanted Hithaka to stay with Mom no matter what. Oh my God, you sacrificed yourself. That's the crazy part. Thinking about that, he's basically trying to... He basically did it as a sacrifice to make sure that his sister had the better life. And so he just take the brunt of things. Oh my God, that's brutal. Still, I also know it hurt her, or also hurt her a lot. I basically gave up. She wanted me there, and I said no. That's just a bad situation. It's not your fault. It's easy for you to say. I don't know what I should do. I feel the need to say something, but I have no idea what. The whole thing sounds absurd to me, but for Shuichi, that's the reality he lives in. Should I even push the issue? I'm gonna save. We've had a bajillion choices. I'm gonna probably just save here-ish. Wouldn't he just get mad at me if I did? I still think you should at least try. Isn't that all you can really do? Just try your best? I'm sure she'll be happy to see you again. At the very least, I can't imagine her even being angry at you. She probably missed you more than anyone else. Oh, please don't say things like that. All I'm saying is, stop! What? Why are you yelling at me? Shuichi raises his voice so suddenly I nearly jump back out of reflex. The fur around my neck bristles up and stands at attention. I asked you to stop. I don't want to hear this. Come on, why are you getting mad at all of a sudden? I don't want to hear it. Oh no, this is bad. Why did we screw up? Oh no! Why did we break him? Shuichi's tail is thrashing behind him. He's usually not the type to get angry this quickly. Is this a touchy subject for him? I haven't even considered the possibility that it could be. I suppose it makes sense, but still. Can I really just leave things as they are? If I do, nothing can really change, will it? Oh no. I can't keep pushing. I just can't. This is horrible. I can't have Shuichi looking angry at me like that. However, even if I say that to convince myself that I'm doing the right thing, just one look at his face is enough to let me know. I'm seriously trampling over Shuichi's boundaries here. Whether I think this is what's best for him or not isn't any justification. In fact, it might just make things even worse. Aren't I criticizing his dad for being controlling and saying that it's what's best isn't an excuse? I'm not any better if I do this. Yeah, alright. I'll drop it. I'm sorry for being so pushy. Shuichi looks away from me. For a second, I think he might still be upset, but then I notice his expression softening little by little. I think I might need to give him some space. Damn it! We're fucking this up so much! Honestly, this was a really heavy conversation to have so early in the morning. And even if I had the time to mentally prepare myself for it, Shuichi sure didn't. I just caught him by surprise and forced him into it. When I think about it like that, it's pretty obvious that I need to back off and give him some time. And honestly, I wouldn't mind having a break myself. I fucked up. We probably are breaking up. All the exhaustion from not sleeping is starting to catch up to me. I might just ditch the first few periods and take a nap on the roof. No, I promised myself I'd do better in school, damn it. I need to teach this big lug a lesson. Oh, why do you suddenly look so fired up? Don't worry about it. Right. Either way, I need some time to clear my head. Is that alright? Of course. Thank you for even listening to me in the first place. Yeah. This really fucking hurts. I hate this. This is like one of the toughest decisions I had to make in the game. Most of them it's like, oh, it's either like, be a dick or be nice, and it's like something really easy. This is like, how far do we push, and like, how well do we know to handle the situation? And it's like, so tough you have to read through the lines. I probably effed up somewhere. I hope I didn't upset him too much. A few hours later, the bell finally rings, bringing a start to lunch break. I quickly put away my notebook inside my bag, giving one last quick glances to the notes I'd taken today. Somehow, I do feel a slight sense of pride for working so hard on these. Sure, it might have just been one day, but I do feel like it's still progress. Plus, with how much importance Shuichi puts in my studies, I'm sure he'd be thrilled to see me putting in the effort. It's not much, but I feel like any little thing, no matter how small, would be a good way to cheer him up. And maybe patch up a bit? Man, I must really be desperate if I'm depending on academics for that sort of thing. It's kinda sad in a pathetic sort of way. I sneak a glance at the vacant seat next to me. Today again,
June has failed to show up for class without a word. He also hasn't really answered the message I'd sent him yesterday. I really don't like this, but I can't chase after him for some kind of answer. He'll talk to me when he talks to me. Knowing him, he'll probably just waltz back into class at some point like nothing happened. That is definitely very much like him. Morning. Saya raises her hand, giving my class a neutral greeting before quickly walking towards me. She pulls a chair towards me, taking a seat right next to me. Morning. Hey, did things get any better after yesterday? Depends on what you mean by better. I already don't like the sound of that. I talked to Shuichi this morning. We were able to clear the air a bit, but... What? I might have upset him just a tiny little bit in the process. How are you so bad at this? I'm doing my best, okay? Conflict resolution was never one of my strong suits. Neither is mine, which is why I suck at this. Do you think he's gonna be joining us for lunch today? He could, but I wouldn't bet on it. God damn it, I want to have a chance to be happy for you guys, but you're not throwing me a bone here. Sorry. Saya grumbles unhappily, forcefully dropping her bag on the table and digging inside of it for her box to lunch. So, what hole did you manage to cram your foot into this time? I have no idea. I just tried suggesting he reconnect with his mom and he got super mad at me. Really? That's all it took? That's... weird. Right? So it makes no sense to you either. Yeah, but then again, neither of us are children of divorced parents. We don't know what kinds of ways that sort of thing messes with you. Fair. Just try being a little more tactful with the subject in the future. Yeah. Saya gives me a few pats on the back to try and cheer me up. Despite her usual ogre-like strength, they're very soft and reassuring. I didn't think she was even capable of holding back. But then again, that sort of thing usually happens when she's super excited. She can be a little bit like a typhoon in that aspect. I'm at least happy you guys managed to talk despite the little setback. Yeah, it was really nice just to hear from him again. I'm sure things will go back to normal before you notice it. Do Shuichi and I even still have a normal anymore? I don't know what that means. A normal. Just a normal. Things are constantly getting more and more difficult since we started dating. Going back to normal would probably mean breaking up. And I really don't want that. Sarah and I talk idly about nothing in particular for the rest of the lunch break. I can't catch myself wishing June and Shuichi were here a few times, but otherwise, don't focus too much on it. No point bumming myself out on purpose. A few hours later. By the time I'm finally done practicing for today, the sky is already threatening to go fully dark. It's threatening me. It's holding out a knife. I'm going to set, god damn it! I'm sorry, I'm like too literal. I didn't even realize how late it got. Coach had to already usher a lot of us out because we were staying way longer than usual. I guess everyone was raring to practice again after the extended vacation we took from the club. As soon as I step outside of the gym with my bag around my shoulder, I look around and notice someone's figure. My mans, I'm so sorry. Shuichi is leaning against the gym wall, his bag in one hand and his phone in another. He is staring idly at his phone without noticing that I've just gotten out. Shuichi? Shuichi looks up from his phone, giving me a quick glance up and down. Hey there. Sorry for dropping out, what am I saying? Hey there. Sorry for dropping by out of nowhere. What? No problem. You didn't need a reason to drop by. Drop by whenever you want. Is that so? Shuichi stuffs his phone back into his pocket, slowly walking up to me. He stops a few steps away from me, shifting his weight awkwardly from one foot to the other. So, this is a bit awkward to say, I guess, but I wanted to apologize for earlier. Oh boy, he's softening up on us. But it's like, it's like he's apologizing, but you don't want to be like, oh, I'm sorry that this is how I felt, but sorry for lashing out like that would be probably the proper term. I'm trying to think of what he would apologize for. Sorry, I'm foreshadowing. Oh? Yeah, I lost my cool at you, and you really didn't deserve that. It took me a little bit to calm down, and by the time I did, I felt too awkward to just show up for lunch. You should have come by anyway. I miss you. Oh, sorry. He scratches the back of his neck, looking away from me in an uncomfortable silence. So, this is all I had to say, I guess. I just didn't want to go home before clearing the air. Yeah, that's fine. I'll see you tomorrow. I promise I'll be back to normal then, so we'll be able to talk more, okay? Alright. I'll be waiting for you. Shuichi's face relaxes a bit. He flashes me a genuine smile for a second before nodding. Bye-bye. Don't go! And just like that, he walks away without another glance back. I stand around for a few seconds, unsure of what to do. We live in the same direction, but I get the feeling he still needs a little bit of space. I decide to do a few more cooldown stretches behind the gym building before heading home myself so we won't run into each other on the way. No, it's over! Oh my god, why did it go so fast? This is such a quick update. Hey guys, you've reached the current end of the Shuichi content. I hope you've enjoyed what you managed to play so far. No, I more so just had my heart broken. As you guys may or may not already know, all development in Tennis Ace is possible thanks to my amazing patrons and other supporters who make it possible for me to dedicate the time to work on the game, as well as commission the art for it. If you haven't already, and if you're able, maybe you could consider help to support us too. Just click here and you'll be taken right to my Patreon page. Once again, thank you all, and we'll see each other with the next demo. Oh my god. I am so I wish there was more! I really wish there was more in this. This just did not feel complete. I'm sorry, I just wish I could get more out of it, but, some days be like that, though. I'm just shocked that you would do it on Valentine's Day. You would think it'd be like, oh, they forgive each other or something like that would happen where, at least they'd be, more lovey-dovey on that day because it's Valentine's Day or something like that. No, you did not go for that. You definitely subverted my expectations there. We got totally thrown for a loop and actually had to deal with serious topics on Valentine's Day. Or post-Valentine's Day for me. But my goodness. I really want to see what the other decisions look like, because I actually had the time. The thing I was so nervous about was not having enough time because my relatives and family aren't going to be back until 4, and so I'm trying to get this all done before 4 o'clock, so let me see if I can go back. Because all we have to do here is go back. Okay, so what was the thing? Wait, so be firm. I'm gonna go to the be firm decision, I'm just curious to see what the combination of decisions are with this. I'm just gonna save that here for now. So, I just kind of want to see what be firm is and skip to the next decision. Oh my god, if I kept pushing. Never mind. I don't want to keep pushing. Never mind, we are going back. I'm like, wait a minute, pushing is a bad thing. Let's see what happens if we were apologetic. Would we still be like very like happy with each other and like, you know, kind with each other? The only problem with this is that if we do this and it turns out that we end up like not, you know, pushing the topic or at least helping our Shuichi progress, like then things might end up coming to like some standstill and things will come to a huge conflict. I'm curious to see this one. I'm really, really sorry for all the trouble I've caused you. And bye, Oscar. Great talking with you. And yes, I do remember who you are. You've said multiple times. So, I really should have kept my trap shut. I knew I was wrong as I tried to say something, is why I stopped myself halfway through. But but it'd have been better if I had never gotten started in the first place. I understand. This is really hard. Just thinking about the things Takehiko-san said makes me want to curl into a ball. I'm not usually one to let words get to me, but that was just too harsh. And yet, I don't have any right to complain about. Not really. I did raise my voice against him in his own home. The level of entitlement to think that I had any right to do something like that is... I'm not sure if this is based on the decision where we actually lash out, though. This is weird. Because this feels like the decision where we actually lashed out. Which we didn't in this route, in this canonical part that we're doing right now. So it hurts to think of it. I like to think of myself as a reasonable person, but I just can't agree with myself. I still hate the entire situation. I hate the way Shuichi gets treated. I hate that Takehiko-san talks to him like that. The Takehiko-san I remember from our childhood was strict, but was also a warm man. I remember him smiling a lot more, praising Shuichi for things, being kind. I just can't conciliate the image I have of him in my head with what I saw last Friday. What happened there? There has to be some story behind it, and yet... Do I even want to know? Would it change anything? Can I forgive him for it just because he might have his reasons? Somehow, even though my rational mind wants to do it, my heart absolutely refuses. My chest hurts so much that I think it might burst. Are you alright? Yeah, I'm sorry. My mind is just going down a really ugly path right now. Is there anything I can do? Nah, I just feel bad for putting you in this situation. I promise you I'll be more careful from now on. I'll try not to do anything that might cause you problems. I hope that he didn't take it out on you after what I said. Nah, he didn't. He actually looked real tired after that. I think he was already in a pretty bad mood then. Work has been really difficult lately, and he's still dealing with the blowback from that failed trip he took a few months ago. He just looked really sad for a little bit and then locked himself in his room. Really? Yeah, I'm honestly really scared for him. Dad might have his flaws, but... I'm not sure I'm sure he's not a bad guy. He repeats those words a few more times under his breath. It almost feels like a mantra he's repeating to himself. Is he trying to convince me or convince himself? Somehow, I don't feel like I have the right to ask that. It's so weird to feel like this. Like I don't know what to say, let alone how to say it. I feel small and awkward, and I hate that feeling. We'll work on it together, okay? Yeah. It feels really good to have been able to get it off my chest. Although I admit, it felt more like I was talking at Shuichi instead of to him. Same thing. Yeah, that part we can actually skip. For the time being, maybe we should look into a way for you to spend more time out of the house. Okay, and then we get back to the same part. Okay, cool. For the time being, that's way too big a task for you to call it that. Not necessarily child at home. And then we talk about his mom. So then we talk about his mom. Immediately, he takes an instinctive step away, hugging his arms close. Yep, this is the same stuff. That's... yeah. I'm just going to kind of fast forward so we don't have to flash back to this again. Let's see if we can... she's your mother. Let's go to the... wait. So we do the same thing. We still get him pissed off. I was nervous that was because we were firm. So either way, we were okay. So, obviously we let it go. And so the same stuff happens. He's a bit upset. He's got to teach his slug a lesson. Okay, same stuff happens. Cool. Anything dope? Oh god, it's the same. Frick. It's basically the same so far. So, yeah, everything's the same besides the decision between being apologetic and then when we talked about his mom. So, not too much of a change. I just think being more firm at least showed... I think that was a better decision overall in that, you know, we're trying to be less of a victim card and we're not being like, oh, what if we would have known, or, you know, we want to know but we're going to back off. At least now we're trying to kind of dig into things better. So I think being firm was the right decision. Good job, Self. Oh, wait. Hold on, let me go back to it. Okay, good. I'm only skipping scene-only messages. I was like nervous that I did that and I'd skipped all messages and would have just skipped everything again. So, yeah. So that's it for update 0.35. A much sadder update than what everybody expected, so apologies on that part, but yeah, it's good to catch up with our best boy and help him work through his problems. I feel like it's a good story, like it goes from good to great when you can also have moments like this that are handled well. It's not like they're like trying to force in the extra drama. You could see this coming, like, I mean, you could like see it, you know what I mean? It's like, it had to be tackled eventually is what I mean. Like, you know, I didn't expect it to happen right now, but at least now it's like, you're starting to at least get in some depth and detail with your characters. And like I said, I wish there was more, but you know, you can only write so much, and you know, you can't overwork yourself. So Basket, you did a good job if you're still here. It's like I want to just talk to him about it and just be like, I'm so frustrated. But I also have you guys to talk to about how frustrated I am with Shuichi's living situation. It's tough. I want him to be with his mom. I really, really hope the next update he gets to see his mom. I might be in tears if that happens. Like, I'd be so happy to see him reunite with his mom. It's like from the genuine, like, bottom of my heart, I really want to see him unite with his mom, because it just seems like he's always been very selfless in general, and the selflessness kind of pursued into him sacrificing for himself to his dad, I guess, somehow, or something like that. It's so weird to explain, but yeah, it's so strange seeing that he's so selfless that his sister ends up having a better life, or he's sacrificing staying with his mom just so his sister has a guaranteed better life. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to come back full circle. I'm just repeating myself. But it sucks to see how, you know, how much it's taken a toll on him mentally, and how it's shaped his life more so, like, as he's gotten older, and how he's become too selfless, and how he's just basically, he's doing things for other people, but for himself it's like he finds his own cause is not really worth pursuing, or not worth, you know, standing up for. And it's like he's angry about them, but it's like he's not gonna bite the hand that feeds him, which is his dad in this case, even if that hand slaps him all the time. So yeah, bye Evie Knight, and bye Margrim. I think that's all we really have for this update. Well, that is all we have for the update, but I think that's all I really have to say about that. Like, I can't really put much stuff on there. Like, I wouldn't call this necessarily a filler, but it did have aspects of, like, it's transitioning more so into, like, you know, Shuichi's story more so, and it wasn't a heavy plot point day. Like, this wasn't an update where it was, like, heavy plot points like the sex scene, or, I'm trying to think, the sex scene, when we first kissed, and, yeah, confessing on that day, and when we ended up dancing with him at the festival, and going to the volleyball tournament. Like, you know, this is one of those updates where it didn't have a peak highlight moment, but at the same time, it's kind of necessary. It is necessary for the plot to advance, and sometimes you gotta be okay with that. It's kind of like when you read a book and you have chapters that's like, they're not gonna be something that may have been adapted into a movie, or may have not been the important chapter that you'll remember, but you'll at least be like, at least it built up to the bigger chapters, or the next things. So, yeah. I'm glad I did it, but I'm really looking forward to the next update in 3 months. Oh god, I hate it. Why does it have to be 3 months again for Shuichi? Oh yes, and I did hear there's some new CGs. I'm not sure if I'll be able to see them here. No, I just have the same old. Just the same old. Like, I could probably look them up in my, like, files. Like, I don't want to, like, cheat and, like, put them up here on the channel. Like, that's the thing. Like, I just want to make sure that Basket's art is, like, you know, or not Basket's art, but, you know, the art for Basket's game is not, like, just taken and just, you know, dragged up here and, like, stolen up here. Like, I don't want to just be like, oh, here's his art, herp to derp, and, like, you know, how much else, because then you're just kind of stealing it and, you know, just flaunting it. But yeah, you guys can always download the game. And for you guys who are really curious to see it for yourselves, I'm not sure if I should tell you guys how to, like, there's a way you can, like, not, like, mess with the files, but, like, extract the files to, like, show all the scripting, all the media, etc. It's like an RPA tool, and yeah, just look up RPA tool, but please do not, like, use this for evil. Like, the RPA tool, you can use it on, like, the files to basically unzip the files and stuff, but that type of stuff is really, you know, just to kind of, like, see what goes on behind the scenes there if you're curious, and or if you want to just make your own, like, you know, parody version, like Echo Minus was on my channel for a while for Echo. So, will I ever come back to the push it option? I'm curious to try it out right now. I don't know how much I'm gonna, like, actually, like, read it, because that would just break my heart seeing us break Shuichi, but so let's just be firm, go to the next choice. I'm just more so curious to see how bad we get. Like, I don't want to read it, I just want to at least see it, or, I mean, if I do, it's like, I feel like if we keep pushing, I'm sorry, it's like, I know we're not saving this, but it's just, it's like you don't want to hurt him. It's so tough. I don't want to hurt you. Fine, I'll do it for the channel's sake. If this video gets 2,000 likes, no, I'm kidding. Nah, I'm just curious. So no, I have to say it, because if I don't, you'll just refuse outright. You can be so stubborn over the stupidest things. Okay, I think Nico is gonna be super, like, stupidly dense about this and then take it the wrong way. So I get that you have your own hangups, but enough is enough. Look, I know you feel guilty about it, I get it, but maybe I'm the lucky one since I never had to deal with that sort of thing. Maybe I just can't understand what you went through. What? That's not what I... But you can't just keep hiding from it. The longer you stay away from it, the harder it'll be to reconnect. Besides, you do want to see her, don't you? It's not that easy. Sure it is. You just have to want it, but instead of digging your 2 feet in the ground like a stubborn mule. Honestly, you frustrate me to no end sometimes. Dumbass. Huff all you want, but you know I'm right. There's no way your mother wouldn't want to see you. You're her son, for crying out loud. Just go to her and mend that bridge. Besides, it would go a long way towards making you less dependent on your dad. Maybe this was the better decision. I did not expect that. Thank you for suggesting that, Nua. I was nervous this would be like, oh, it'd be super summer. It's like, come on, it's easy to see your mom or something like that. Nico would be super stupid, but Nico's actually making good points. Good for you, Nico. Oh no, now he's getting more angry. I'm only going to say this one more time. Drop it. Shuichi gazes as he looks at me. Shuichi's gaze, never mind, as he looks at me is sharp and dangerous. Yeah, maybe this was worse. I take that back. Before I notice it, I'm instinctively stepping away from him, the words stuck in my throat. I've never been looked at him this way before. It's enough to send chills down my spine. Come on, if we don't communicate, then how? I already said no! His voice booms so loud that it seems to shake the air around me. Or maybe I'm the one who is shaking. Calm down. Don't tell me to calm down. Even though he says those words, he looks away from me as his gaze softens. Still, he clutches his fist so tightly to his body that his hands are shaking. The sight of it is both terrifying and heartbreaking. Why is this such a trigger for him? Can't be that much of a sensitive subject, can it? What was wrong about it? I seriously don't understand. I'm sorry, Nee. I need some time to clear my head. We'll talk later, okay? Yeah. I'm incapable of saying anything to that. I don't have any words. Shuichi walks away while I just stand here and watch him go. Okay, a few hours later, then we go back to normal. Plus, it'd feel great to rub this into his face. Maybe this will be pretty nice. I have time to cool down and think back to our conversation. I definitely feel a little frustrated and bitter. I'll show that dumb logo I can do. I take out the lead in our relationship, and next time I'll force him to listen to me. Jeez, then we're gonna be too aggressive. Okay, so this seems to be the more aggressive approach of our route. I'll take the lead in our relationship, and next time I'll force him to listen to me. No way I'm getting brushed to the side again. Just you wait. This seems to be pretty toxic. I take a glance. Saya's here. June's not. Okay, so I have no idea. Blah, blah, blah. Same stuff happens. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Ah! I'm sorry. I skipped too much. Keep pushing. Okay, so they're very soft and reassuring. Don't think she's even capable of holding back. But then again, that sort of thing happens when you're excited. At least be happy, blah, blah, blah. I think it ends right after this scene. I'm just double checking, so I'm just skimming. Okay, so we end right after. So I catch myself wishing they were here, but I don't focus too much. No point bumming myself out on purpose. See? We wouldn't have been able to see Shuichi after class otherwise. We probably would have just gone like straight home or like purposely tried not to see him. Or he probably would have tried not to see us. So I guess we did make the right decision in the end, so. Sorry for going back in circles with this, but yeah. That's pretty much it now for this update. I'm going to leave things here, and I'm going to say that... Okay, I'm just reading some of the comments. Never mind, I'm not ending it yet. Wait, you love this option? You love the keep pushing option? I don't know why that would... I just can't see that as the better option personally, but I'm curious to hear why. I'm going to read the person before you while you say something like that. So, while I have played this update, I'm only going to say that it could be better for what you played compared to what I played. Wait. I'm a bit confused by the context. Are you saying that the update itself wasn't as good, or are you saying like my playthrough wasn't as good? I'm not taking offense. I'm not trying to be like, you think my playthrough is bad. No. I'm just saying like if you think I'm like half-assing or like, you know, not doing my best with it, please call me out, because I feel like I've been plateauing a lot lately, and I just, yeah, because I focus more on school lately, I've not put as much effort, I guess, into my streams and my channel, so I'm sorry for that. Just compromise. Like, I'll try and be, you know, like, I'll try to do my best with what I got, but yeah, I think I've told you guys already, I'm starting to get busier with schoolwork, like, you know, schoolwork's starting to get more loaded. But, yeah. Sorry, my English is not best. Yes, I just wanted to say that the last options can turn out to be better. Oh, okay. Now I get it. Yeah, thanks, DX. I totally get what you're saying, because Nua also says that, oh, I love this option, and I'm not too sure for me personally. Like, I see that, and it's like, if we don't get that second scene with them afterwards, I just don't know if that's the right scene. Like, I keep saying that's like, oh, it's right and wrong, but it's just tough for me to evaluate, because it's like, the way it's being done, it's hard to really tell, like, could this go in the right direction? Like, both of them could be taken in, like, better directions. Like, the one without the extra scene could be, like, Shuichi had thought his mind over and things get better from there. Or it could be vice versa, where it's, like, things aren't, and he's just going to completely isolate himself from us. And then with the first scene that I did, or with the extra scene that I did for the original option, it could be maybe that option means that, oh, we are going to see Shuichi again, and we're going to take our time to, like, you know, develop things again, and, you know, we're going to help him through some of the trauma. But also it could mean that maybe when we didn't walk home with him and all that, maybe that's the last time we really keep that close to him, and we start distancing ourselves. I'm looking too far into this, but... So, there are 3 outcomes. You got the second best first. Wait, you got the second best first, and the worst now. There's a third option? Holy crap, you're gonna make me play this all day. I'm really going nuts. Like, were there any earlier decisions? Like, when are the... I need to see this. Like, when did I have to decide earlier? Because there's nothing earlier, I thought. Yeah, like, day 25 had no options, and then it just comes today. So yeah. I'm just gonna load back up to here. So what happens if I be apologetic? So, okay, I'm sorry for the trouble I've caused you. Blah-de-dee-blah-de-blah. What if I let it go? However, I convince myself, blah, blah, blah. We talk. Okay. Things... And we still get to see him afterwards. Yeah, that's fine. I'll see you tomorrow. It's the same decision. Go back to day 24. Frick. Oh, is this because we didn't stand up for ourselves? Frick. Dude, you are making me, like, doubt my entire life right now. On Shuichi's sexy day. I don't think the sexy day is the one that we did it. This is day 24. This ain't sexy. I can't bring myself to stay silent. And we already did this technically in the past, and we got kicked out forever. So there are blah blah blah. Sounds like music to my ears. Okay. Juniors are inexperienced, blah blah blah. Continue with the same stuff. You're getting me paranoid to the nines, like... I'm not like blaming you. I'm just like saying, like, when you give me, like, when you tell me that I didn't find the best option, I'm going to look for the best option. So day 25. Okay, so now we tell Akie about what happened. Did you apologize? Well, we got into a giant argument instead. Well, that answer doesn't exactly fill me with confidence. Oh God. God damn it! I have a good point. I'm right. I can't let a little technicality like this invalidate me completely. Sometimes people don't deserve an apology. Oh, is this going to be the lesson we have to learn throughout this route? Oh no. Now you're backtracking. I'm allowed this. Yeah, I'm sure you are, and in the meantime you'll continue being upset. Well, have you talked to Shuichi at all about this? We kinda haven't talked since it happened. Oh, it's not like you guys to not speak at all for so long. You tell me about it. Sometimes I forget how I am to seeing his face or talking to him almost every day. Even when we're both really busy, we always manage to make some time for each other. Okay, so everything else is the same. Blah, blah, blah. This is gonna be interesting. How am I gonna save this? Okay, so just before I arrive, blah, blah, blah. Let's get to the decision. Okay. I'm just gonna save it over this one. Frickin' screw it. Yeah, my saves are all over the frickin' place now. And I don't care if I'm losing viewers just for me like trying to replay this game and trying to quote unquote 100% it, but I want to see what that other decision is. Like, I'm curious to see if things would have been better, because right now it's like it feels natural to get the heartbreak, but is there a better way we could have handled it? So I wonder if both of these give the same decision. So if let's see this. What do you mean? I should have said anything. I knew speaking up was the wrong thing to do, even as I did. But I lost my temper and got the best of me. Be firm is best. Why would we be firm for everything though? Like, lost temper is the best of me. I don't want to say it's alright, but I do understand why you did it. If anything, I at least appreciate you getting heated up for my sake. It's nice to know you care about me. Of course I care about you, I mean, come on, it's you. That's really sweet of you to say. I still think he was being unreasonable, but there's probably a better way to go about it than raising a huge stink over it. So while I don't think my intentions were wrong, I went the wrong way about it. That's very fair. Come on, is that all you have to say? You're being really passive about this whole thing. Well, I don't really know what to say. I honestly don't think it's worth it to make a whole fuss about this. Dad can be really harsh, but I can safely say he has my best interests in mind. Oh no. Are you sure about that? Do you actually think that? Huh? Your fake smiles aren't going to fool me anymore. In fact, I've since realized that you have a horrible smile of brushing off your own troubles and focusing on other people instead. That's a terrible habit to have, and that's just going to cause you pain unless you fix it. I kind of want to give you the options, but I think I'll let you play it. Thanks, DX. I'm probably just going to go through every single option right now, so I have to do my best to help with that. That's going to be my duty as your boyfriend. Do you really believe that you are just trying to convince yourself? Look, I know I'm poking my nose where it doesn't belong, and I'm sorry for doing that. My rational mind tells me that I shouldn't be pushing my way into your family issues, but I hate it. I really, really hate it. So can't I do something about it? Or at least can't you be honest with me? Shuichi stares at me quietly, a frown on his face. He shifts his weight around from one foot to the other, looking around as he thinks his words over. I'm trying. I just have a hard time communicating like that. To be honest, if you hadn't talked to me right now, I probably would have carried on like this. Not talking to you because I'm too scared to have that conversation. Part of me was really afraid you were going to break up with me after what happened. No, of course not. I'm glad to hear. Oh my goodness, we're making him cry tears of joy. I didn't know this was a better decision. Holy crap, did I choose everything wrong? Holy crap. I'm glad to hear. I was really scared, Nee. It's alright. It's just a crappy situation to be in. Yeah. We'll figure something out, right? I'm here for you. Thank you. It feels really good to have been able to get it off my chest. Although I admit it felt more like I was talking at Shuichi instead of to him. Okay, now we talk about his mother again. Oh boy. Do we keep pushing? This is the big one. I did have to try a bit, but believe me, there is a better outcome. I am going to keep trying. So, however, even if I say it's... Okay, it's the same, blah blah blah. What happens if we keep pushing in this route? No, I have to say it. Okay, it's the same thing. Blah blah blah. Warning, blah blah blah. No! I accidentally fast-forwarded too much. And this is our alternate options. Be firm. I think we just need to keep pushing all the way. So I'll be honest, and I still believe I was right. And I still stand by what I said. I absolutely hate the way your father is treating you. Nee. But I cut him off before he can say it. I know him, and more importantly, I know that look on his face. I don't want to hear excuses. I don't want him to justify it or somehow act like that it was acceptable. No matter what happens, that is absolutely the one thing I can't accept. If that's how he regularly treats you, then I'll have to say this now. I hate your father. Holy crap! And that gives you the best decision, DX? Holy crap. That would be insane. It's like, I hate your parents. Yeah! Thumbs up. Sorry, but I'm just thinking it's funny. Like, I just think that's kind of weird. Or ironic, I guess, is what I'm saying, so. Huh? You deserve better than to be treated like that, and I'll hate anyone who does. Come on, that much should already be obvious. It's not that bad. He means what? Stop. Shuichi bites his lip, still avoiding my gaze. He's not the type to ask for help. In fact, he's the type to blame himself for everything. I hate that about him. And even more than that, I hate the fact that it took me so long to notice. If we hadn't begun dating and he hadn't taken so much of my attention lately, I might have never noticed. That thought alone scares me more than anything. But it's because he doesn't take proper care of himself that I'm going to have to be pushy. I need to look out for him until he starts looking out for himself. That's the decision I've come to, and I'm not backing down from it. I'm actually liking this decision a lot. I'm not being like sarcastic or anything. Like, this is genuinely a good decision now that I look at it, and I'm kind of bummed I didn't choose this from the get-go. I understand you want to keep the peace for now. I hate that that's what you want to do, but I understand it. But you and I are going to start looking into ways for you to fix this situation. To what? I'm not expecting anything to change overnight, but I'm going to work on fixing that screwed up thought process of yours. Oh boy, we're going to help him with his mental trauma. Until you can stand up for yourself, I never want to see you retreating like that ever again. I don't know. It's alright. I'll help you with that. You know I'm here for you. Yeah. Yeah. Shuichi crosses his arms, hugging them tightly and so close to his body. His entire body is quivering slightly as he looks away from me, his voice hushed and barely more than a whisper, breaking even though he's barely said a single word. If it doesn't work out, you'll need to go back to like day 23, the day he goes to MC home and talk. Probably. Yeah. If so, look, it looks different so far from here. Like, this doesn't look like they're going to bring up the mom. So, I will also admit that it really hurt me to see you standing quietly like that. It felt like I had your back and you didn't have mine. I knew we were both still new to this whole thing with our relationship. But that really hurt to see you let me take the heat like that without a word. Yeah. Oh no, we're going to make him cry. Yeah. Shuichi's lips waver. He takes deep breaths, leaning his back against the wall and trying to stabilize himself. His eyes glistened even more against the sunlight, misty and with small droplets began to form. It wasn't my intention to make him cry, but I really feel like I need to get it all off my chest. If I didn't, then I definitely regret it. I placed a hand on his shoulder, squeezing it lightly in an attempt to be reassuring. If there wasn't a risk of being seen, I'd give him a tight hug, but I don't want to call attention to this. Especially not when Shuichi is so vulnerable. I want to minimize the risk of people seeing this as much as possible. I stand by in silence, just trying to let him feel me nearby. It takes a couple of minutes, but Shuichi managed to recompose himself little by little. This would probably be a good chance to continue with what I had to say. It feels really good to have been able to get it off my chest. Although I admit it felt more like I was talking at Shuichi instead of to him. For the time being, maybe we should look into a way for you to spend more time out of the house. And we're back to the parent situation. Oh god. So everything's the same. And now, do we keep pushing? Is this the point where we keep pushing and break? No, I have to say blah blah blah. No, don't. Don't tell me to calm down. Okay, what was I? And then they keep going. And then, okay, that one gives the same results. Okay, let's see what happens if we be firm again. But if we let go, let's see this. However, I want to convince myself. Okay, it's going to be the same thing. I guess day 23 may have been the day that... Oh, we do get to see him still if we let go, but... Okay, so he stuffs his phone in his pocket. I'm just skimming through this so I can make sure. So, earlier... Yeah, it's gonna be the same. Do we have to go back to day 23? Jeez. That is... not awful, but, you know, that's a big rip for me. This is the end of day 22. And then there's day 23. So I guess when I restarted with this, I could have picked the right decision all along. I'm sorry if this am boring you guys. I'm not, like, talking too much. I'm just getting so interested in this rabbit hole of things. Like, I feel like I'm just going crazy. I'm like, I must get his best option. Not that his other options aren't bad. I mean, I got the... According to DX, I got the neutral one, and I got the worst one, but it's like, you want the best for your mans, don't you? So he looks pretty happy, blah blah blah. What was the thing we talked to him about? Wait, we don't do anything on day 23. Oh, maybe it's we have to do something earlier on day 24. Oh, okay. We're fine. Everything's fine. No decisions on day 23. We go to the student council. We go home afterwards. We talk. We leave. We see the dad. Go to day 22? Oh my god. We're gonna have to go way back then. I don't have that saved anymore. This is crazy. I might have to censor this. Yeah, don't worry. This channel is 18 plus. I wish I could scroll back further than that, but I can't, so... That's really too bad. If anybody's still here, thank you for being patient with me as I try and figure out how to get around this loophole. I think I played on my own at this point too. Like, I think that was back when I was narrating still. Day 13. Well, Hey guys, we're gonna skip all the way from day 13 to day 22. So, this is going to be insane. This is why you don't only have 6 saves. And make sure you also name your pages if you can. She stayed the night too. When's the next thing between the blah? Give me the next choice already. We are literally gonna go through all of like basically every decision we've made on the since the character select routes. Like, this is going to take a while. But if you guys are okay with me doing this, I'm cool with that. You don't have to stay for this part. Thank you for everyone who's already here. So, that's back when... Okay, I think we were being the better man. Yeah. It's like weird because I have to re-remember every single decision I made. I can still walk out, blah blah blah. Let me get to the next decision! Go stare at the sky. Okay. Things are still going. This just takes forever. Like, I'm still on day 14, I'm just trying to hit the next day. Maybe I could just do this. Maybe this will be faster. Yeah, the more you fast forward, the more you'll get. Maybe we'll get some new CG for, like, some of the actual, like, Shuichi route days. Maybe that's something we'll get out of this. So, Shuichi being all mad. Shuichi be all grumpy. And this is when I confess, I think. There you go. This is when we confess. Shuichi. They're avoiding him, and he cries tears of joy. Yeah. Oh, here we go. The scene. No, this is better than just leaving with the other options we haven't seen. Yes, we get to flash back through all of Shuichi's, like, route. It's nice seeing this art again. It's like, I keep forgetting how good this one was. Then we smooch. We do the smooch. Then we do another smooch. Or not. We almost do a smooch. But then Shima-sensei is not there. Next choice, damn it! Come on! I want to get to the next... Oh, we have to make our nickname again. We call ourselves Knee. Because I'm a knee. So... I'm just going to save just to make sure we have the progress. There we go. So far, so good. Next choice. I made some progress, improved my stamina. Oh, hey, we did talk about tennis during this route. I thought we didn't. We only talk about it like a couple of times throughout like maybe days 13 through 16, but I think after this it stops. It's like once the festival starts, of course they have to stop it, but it's like we completely stop for like a solid week plus. So, this is crazy. Did you see the 3 new CGs on day 1? Yes, I have, actually. They look pretty good. You got the one with Shuichi in the jockstrap. Then you got the one with, like, Keisuke being, like, all sexy and tennis-y, like, doing big cooling off from tennis. And then you got June falling on his ass, because June be silly like that. Yeah, they're good. I like that we're getting more CGs. It's just tough when you make so much CGs and people are like, where are the CGs for the updates? And then Basket and Naira are like, we're still making CGs for the older dates because we're trying to catch up and we were trying to figure out what needed what. So, you know, it's a demo of a game, so you know, this game isn't fully finished. This game keeps updating, so you have to kind of like be okay with, oh, I may not get the full CGs if I'm playing it like as up to date as soon as it comes out. So you know, it's interesting to see. So, skippity skip. Here we are, the volleyball tournament. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, and then there's Haruki. Here's the man. Here's the absolute dork. Okay, fast forwarding. Come on, this game just takes forever to fast forward. It's like it stops at like the weirdest points. Okay, this might work. What if I do this? Okay, talking with the wall. We're at the game. We do the thing. We have Haruki here. Then we have them, and we're all chatting, and yeah, he kept using us as guinea pigs to serve. Yeah, back when Shuichi was competitive. Okay, more fast forwarding. Blah blah blah. Shuichi wants to hug us. Alright. So he twirled me in the air for a full minute. Hooray! There's a maintenance closet nearby. That's where we can do the kissy kiss. It's embarrassing. Kind of get riled up. Oh God, get me now. That's our sexy moments before the sexy scene. Okay, and then this is the day of the finals where we get disappointed in a 5-set loss. Okay, keep going, keep going. It stops because of some error on the text basket corrected. Oh no. Will I ever get to play it again? I think you can skip it though if it's like a text error. Like, if as long as it's not like a construction error of the game itself overall. So everybody here's sad, and you know, he really wanted to win, so you know he could play more, and so his father wouldn't be like, "No, you can't play anymore." So you know we have to keep trying, keep trying. And then we got a little Akie in his uniform. Being all sophisticated and going to a private school. And of course it's hot because it's summer. Oh, and then there's the mom. Mom's all business-like because she's a businesswoman. And she's talking about the father. And then we keep going, keep going, keep going. Why does this take so long? Don't worry, we're almost there. Oh my god, is this gonna be the thing where we, like, where we do a homage to, like, what is it? Wolfstar Sins in Paradise? The best game ever? Oh, here it comes. Oh, I just missed it. Here it comes. There it is, baby. Wolfstar Sins in Paradise. Okay, now we can fast forward. Frick, what was the one that Shuichi liked? This is gonna be hard to remember. Ryuji is selling them because, you know, Ryuji always has stuff. I think we take... Do we take Hugo? I think we take Hugo. Yeah, he's really strong. Okay, you can take... My favorite is Janice anyway. Ulcer is the one I like the most. The one I like the most is Rufus, so I'll go for him. So yeah. Love how it's like, you know, we have to like totally put in Wolfstar Sins in Paradise. Total homage. So that was the correct decision, so I'm just gonna save. We have to keep saving so we don't mess up. This is usually the boring part of the streams when it's like completely quiet and we're trying to catch up or something. Okay. You sure you want to skip to the next choice? Yes, I do. Please let me skip to the next choice. I swear to God, please let me skip to the next choice. Oh, and then we got Shuichi with his dorky glasses. This is going to take all night. Oh no. It's almost 4:30. I can't believe my family is still not home right now. Like, the traffic must be really bad because it is like almost the 5 o'clock Sunday traffic. Shuichi took off his glasses. I am doing this for you guys. No, I'm kidding. I'm doing this for everybody, including myself. Oh, is this the cooking thing? Oh, this is the cooking class! Oh my gosh, I forgot about this scene. I'm not sure. Do we lie or tell the truth about this? Oh, we didn't choose that. It was like we lied just for shits and giggles. What if the lie we do for the mushroom thing is the thing that changes everything? Look, I'm doing it just so I can go faster. I think we keep lying. Uh-oh. Like, we're super sarcastic the entire time. DX, don't be sorry. We're all enjoying this. We're all having a good time staying together. These are for the true fans. No, I'm kidding. Like, this part is like the quote-unquote the optional part where everybody just sits here and like waits for me to find the day 22 option. Like, the people that are here are just actually curious with this, and you know, you don't have to. Like I said, I'm not gonna care if you guys leave after I finish the original stuff. Oh wow, look how beautiful it is at night. So, blah, blah, blah. Keep going. Oh, wow, it's nighttime again. Oh, this is the dance. This is going to be the dance. So, here we go. I think we tell the truth. Yeah, we tell the truth. We are in love. We are lovey-dovey-dovers. Here we go. Keep going. Are we going to dance with him? Stop dawdling. Oh, here we go. He has such a big, handsome chest. We're such a good couple. Man, this is so romantic. Can't forget how good this is. We're almost there, guys. We're almost at day 22. I wonder if like we're going back to day 22 and it's just the decision of like the thing where it's like, do we keep prodding about the father or something? That changes everything. Okay, keep going. Come on. Let's have... There's Akie. Kick him out of the house. Or not kick him out of the house. Make him get out of the house so we can do our thing. By the way, start saving these options. Yeah, I started saving at like 16. I kept repeating this save to like day 20. Here we go. We're at day 22. We are Peachy King now. Okay, next decision. Come on. Shuichi is here. So, here we go. Can we finally get to the... There's 0 chance. Okay, I worry too much. Okay, so yeah, sure thing. Is it the volleyball decision that's going to change it, or is it going to be like the father? Back? Wait, you're saying I should go even more back? Like this seems like the decision. Oh, you're back. You're throwing me off, Rihanna. I'm kidding. But yeah, I still mean it. I think I did this. Yeah, I did this one already. Okay. Thanks for reminding me of what I already did, DX. I'm having a short-term memory loss. So we have to commit, but that's ridiculous. Things are still fine. DX is like giving me the script. It's about all of the decisions. Yeah, Shuichi has Shuichi is a very complicated route. June's like is medium level. Case is like easy in terms of decisions you're making. Like you don't really have any, and so that's pretty chill. Shuichi's is like hard mode. Like he's best boy, but he's got to have the hardest decisions. Ignore your father. I think it's gonna be ignore your father. Look, your dad doesn't know what he's saying. There's no point. I remember when I made this decision, and they were like, yeah, no, it's not going to affect anything in the future. And look where we are now. It still sucks, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I already did ignore your father. Yeah, so double checking. I'm not going crazy. Why do you seem so depressed? I mean, I don't sound depressed right now. I think if you're talking about in general over like the past few weeks of just me talking in general, I just think maybe in school. But yeah, right now I'm kind of in a rush. I'm in a high right now, actually. I'm in a mental high of getting to day 22's biggest decisions. Okay, what's gonna happen? Are we gonna FUK or FUC or FUQ? It is not your fault, DX. I am not sad because of you. Keep going. Where are my decisions? Give me a decision. Give me a decision. Okay, we watched drama. Why? Because I was romantic. And then we were pretty good with that. So we did that. Skip. And then we go to the store. The lights begin to flicker. Usually you're more energetic, but now you're like a zombie and do you want to go? I'm a happy cloud too. No, I'm also kind of under the weather. I told you guys too. Like, I have had the runny nose the past few days, so I sound a bit more congested and yeah, a bit more compromised is the word. So yeah, that's probably what it sounds like. Like it probably sounds like I'm not as energetic. I was kind of energetic throughout the middle of it, I thought. Come on. So we keep doing this. We do the sexy. We get the BJ. It's a glorious BJ. We suck, we keep sucking. So this keeps happening, and it's like... I think ignore the father is the big one. So my eyelids are harder now, then we get fucking rift. Shuichi's just like, I'm just gonna give you some nice anal. Okay, we do that. I know, a dick, right? Don't worry, this is censored 18+. So now we're back to normal, so I'm gonna save it here. This page 3 I haven't used in a year plus. So I'm gonna just fast forward and go back to where we are today. And finally, it's fast forwarding like normal. Like before it was just like, oh, let's just take our time and keep stopping at random points. Now we're gonna get the real decision. We are here, guys. So the creators of this game watches you. Oh, cool.
I also live in California, but I live in Marceville.
And the homeless are crash. Oh, the homeless are crazy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, California has some crazy homeless people. There's definitely a lot around my area. Yeah, definitely don't know where Marceville is. Or if you're talking about Maryville or whatever. Did you pick up maybe a little? I didn't pick maybe a little. Because I don't think that's a bit weird. It's not creepy. Like, why would I pick that? Maybe. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm flattered they keep, still kind of weird. Yeah, I know it was weird, but I couldn't make myself throw it away. Oh, next to Yuba. Okay. That's like North California, I think. Thanks, I'll be honest, kind of relieved I wasn't crazy. Well, that I wasn't crazy about the fact of keeping them all was a little crazy. Not that keeping them wasn't, you know what I mean, you get the point. Is the dick gone? The dick is gone, yes. So if I do that, I mean, it's like the same thing. Is it weird? Yeah, you got it. Hopefully you'll stick with me even though I'm being weird. That's kind of cute, though, I guess. I've already had 12 years experience, and it's 24/7, buddy. Another save option. Alright, so keep going, come on. Wait, of course I just had to find myself doing zombie voodoo stuff. What are they even talking about anymore? Fair enough. Do you have any plans to talk to your dad about the volleyball club? Yeah, like I told you before, I'm gonna leave that for after we get the results. But you already said you did well. Why did you need to wait? You don't really need to think he's just going to take my word for it, do you? Yeah, well, I do. Oh, this must have been something I missed in the last update. Oh, and this is something Basket would say to everybody. You poor, sweet summer child. Don't look down on me for not having a weird childhood. You didn't have a weird childhood. No, not at all. Come on, you yourself are weird, and by definition that makes your childhood weird too. Oh shit, I hit something. Wow, thanks, I feel loved. You're welcome. Shuichi? Okay, Takiko-san's voice echoes from down the hall, and Shuichi immediately jumps to his feet. The older husky walks into the living room, immediately stopping in his tracks when he sees me sitting in his chair. I swear we did this part already, that's a thing, like... Maybe I have to change it to this. Okay, so gets back to his seat. So it's exam week at school, isn't it? Did you check up on her? Blah, blah, blah. Just making sure I don't skip anything too big. You know, Shuichi did the after exams come alone, Chuck and Terror. Yeah, we read that part. Okay, now we're back to normal. Now we are back to normal. And of course we're not going to stay quiet. So, can't bring myself to stay silent. So I can't. Just can't swallow this for even longer. Let's see if this turns into scene only or not. Okay, so I can fast forward through this. Thank God. We are getting back to where we are today. I swear to God, we have done the entire post-character select days in the course of like an hour. Or 45 minutes, actually, I think. Skip day 25, blah, blah, blah. Things are happening. We have the arguments. Be firm. Man, he's going to be really surprised to see me here even before him. There he is, and then everything happens. We are going to keep being firm, according to DX. DX is helping me hack the game. Thank you. I mean, I would have done this on my own otherwise, but I just think sharing this with you guys for the stream is kind of fun because at least I can read through it and, like, kind of share my experience through with it. Like, I think that's different than just, like, checking the photos or checking CG or background art or whatever, but when you actually see story stuff, I'm like, I want to at least kind of share it with you guys. So I'll be honest, I still believe I was right. Yes, we said that already from back when, but do you guys want me to read this? So, here we go. This is what happens when we make the right decision and say, I'll be honest, I still believe that I was right. And I still stand by what I said. I absolutely hate the way your father is treating you. But I cut him off before he can say it. I know him, and more importantly, I know that look on his face. I don't want to hear excuses. I don't want him to justify it or somehow act like it was acceptable. No matter what happens, this is absolutely one thing I can't accept. If that's how he regularly treats you, then I'll say this now. I hate your father. Huh? You deserve better than to be treated like that, and I'll hate anyone else who does. Come on, that much should already be obvious. It should not be that. It's not that bad. He means we. Stop. Shuichi bites his lip, still avoiding my gaze. He is not the type to ask for help. In fact, he's the type to blame himself for everything. I hate that about him, and even more than that, I hate the fact that it took me so long to notice. If we hadn't begun dating and hadn't taken so much of my attention lately, I might have never noticed. That thought alone scares me more than anything. But it's because he doesn't take proper care of himself that I'm going to have to be pushy. I need to look out for him until he starts looking out for himself. That's the decision I've come to. I'm not backing down from it. I understand that you want to keep the peace for now. I hate that that's what you want, but I understand it. But you and I are going to start looking into ways for you to fix this situation. Just making sure it's on scene only, in case I accidentally skip anything. To what? I'm not expecting anything to change overnight, but I'm going to work on fixing that screwed up thought process of yours. Until you can stand up for yourself, I never want to see you retreating like that ever again. I don't know. It's alright, I'll help you with that. You know I'm here for you. Yeah. Shuichi crosses his arms, hugging them tightly and close to his body. His entire body is quivering slightly as he looks away from me, his voice hushed and barely more than a whisper, breaking even though he's barely said a word. I will also admit that it really hurt me to see you standing quietly and all like that. It felt like I had your back and you didn't have mine. I knew we were both new to this whole thing with our relationship. But that really hurt to see you let me take the heat like that without a word. Oh, there you go. He's about to cry. Yeah. Shuichi's lips waver. He takes deep breaths, leaning his back against the wall and trying to stabilize himself. His eyes glisten even more in the sunlight, misty with small droplets beginning to form. It wasn't my intention to make him cry. I really feel like I need to get that off my chest, though. If I didn't, then I'd definitely regret it. I placed my hand on his shoulder, squeezing it lightly in an attempt to be reassuring. If there wasn't a risk of being seen, I'd give him a tight hug, but I don't want him to call attention to us. Especially not when Shuichi is so vulnerable. I want to minimize the risk of people seeing this as much as possible. I stand by in silence, just to try to let him feel me nearby. It takes a couple minutes, but Shuichi managed to recompose himself little by little. This would probably be a good chance to continue with what I had to say. It feels really good to have been able to get it off my chest. Although I admit that it felt more like I was talking at Shuichi instead of to him. For the time being, maybe we should look into a way for you to spend more time out of the house. For the time being. That's way too big to ask for you to, or that's way too big of a task for you to call it that. Not necessarily. What if we start spending a few nights a week at your mom's? Or, not we, you, sorry. If we spent that together, it would be very sus. So, she still lives in your childhood home, right? That means you still have your mom, or that means you still have your room there. You'd also have your mom there, too. Shuichi chokes, his eyes going wide once he hears the words I have to say. Immediately, upon hearing them, he takes an instinctive step away from me, hugging his arms close to his body and looking away. That's... I can't. Come on. I know you have your reservations, but don't you think it's about time? She probably wouldn't want to see me. She's your mother. You know there's no way that's true. You're just making excuses again. Besides, I'm sure Hithaka-chan would enjoy seeing more of you, don't you think? I guess. Don't sound so meek about it. What's even holding you back at this point? I just... Can we talk about this later? I don't think that was a good time. What? No, we can't talk about it later. We've already gone this far. It's not like it wasn't a difficult conversation to begin with. It's better to say everything that needs to be said instead of letting it loom over our heads. I know I'm not going to be able to feel at ease until then. But just tell me already why you're so hesitant to do it. I'm sure it can't be a big deal. I told you before. I feel guilty. Why guilty? You're not the reason they got divorced. You do know that, right? I agreed to go with Dad after without being asked. I chose it out of my own free will. Mom wanted to get custody of both of us, but I knew there was no way that was going to happen, so I just chose to go. Because I wanted Hithaka to stay with Mom no matter what. Still, I know it hurt her a lot. I basically gave up. She wanted me there and I said no. That's just a bad situation. It's not your fault. That's easy for you to say. I don't know what I should do. I feel the need to say something, but I have no idea what. The whole thing sounds so absurd to me, but for Shuichi, that's the reality he lives in. Should I even push the issue? Will you just get mad at me if I did? I still think you should at least try. Isn't that all you can really do? Just try your best? I'm sure she'll be happy to see you again. At the very least, I can't imagine her even being angry at you. She probably misses you more than anyone else. Please don't say things like that. All I'm saying is stop. Or I don't want to say it out loud because everybody just came back. I apologize. I have to be very quiet with my loudness. So I'll just be like, Here we go. So, stop. Is that good? If I do it really close to the mic, will that work? I sound like one of those people who's a bad actor doing it. I apologize. So, why are you yelling at me? Shuichi raises his voice so suddenly that I nearly jump back out of reflex. The fur around my neck bristles up and stands at attention. I ask you to stop. I don't want to hear this. Come on, why are you getting all mad at me all of a sudden? I don't want to hear it. This is bad. Shuichi's tail is thrashing behind him. He's usually not the type to get angry this quickly. Is this a touchy subject for him? I haven't even considered the possibility that it could be. I suppose it makes sense, but still. Can I really just leave things the way they are? If I do nothing, will really change? Then will really change, will it? I don't know. Here we go, we keep pushing. This is the big moment. No, I have to say it. Because if I don't, you'll just refuse outright. You could be so stubborn over the stupidest things. Although it might be a mean thing to call this stupid. I get that you have your own hang-ups about it, but enough is enough. Look, I know you feel guilty about it. I get it. Maybe I'm the lucky one since I never had to deal with that sort of thing. Maybe I just can't understand what you went through. What? That's not what I... But you can't just keep hiding from it. The longer you stay away from it, the harder it'll be to reconnect. Are you talking about a donate button for Basket? He does link his Patreon at the end of this update, so if you want to donate to him. And if you're talking about me, I have a Patreon link in the description. That, you know, that's completely optional, all that. I just mostly do this for fun. So, the longer you stay away, the harder it'll be to reconnect. Besides, you don't want to see her, don't you? No, you do want to see her. The opposite. You do want to see her, don't you? It's not that easy. Sure it is. You just have to want it instead of digging your 2 feet in the ground like a stubborn mule. Oh, thanks, Perpy. Like I said, it's in the description. Honestly, you frustrate me to no end sometimes. Ah, you dumbass. Huff all you want, but you know I'm right. Or, no, I said that right. Huff all you want, but no, you know I'm right. There's no way your mother wouldn't want to see you. You're her son, for crying out loud. Just go to her and mend that bridge. Besides, it would go a long way towards making you less dependent on your dad. Shuichi's clutch around his arms tightens. Part of me can't help but think he's going to end up puncturing himself like that. And yet, little by little, his gaze begins to soften. I see the tension vanishing from his shoulders. It seems my words managed to reach him to some degree. Or at least he isn't rejecting them outright. Even that would already be a big step forward. I'll think about it. Yeah, that's all I'm really asking for. Just don't reject me without giving it some thought. No problem, Perpy. So Shuichi nods. I'm surprised. There's no, fast forward. I guess I got it. I do want to see her. Oh my god, we got it! We got the best ending. Or the best scenario so far. Just those words by themselves are enough. I feel a weight lifting from my shoulders once I hear that. The validation that I made the right choice. It's so ironic that a game is telling me this. It only took me 3 tries in 3 hours. I knew having this conversation wouldn't be easy, but still. Once the tension starts leaving my body, I begin to realize that I feel exhausted. The day has barely started and I already feel like I could just crawl into bed and shut down. You alright there, big guy? I don't know. I have a lot of stuff on my mind. At least we were able to talk, right? It still beats not talking at all. Of course. I'm glad I was able to talk to you again. I always am. I just felt too awkward to take that first step after what happened. I guess that means I'm lacking in maturity, huh? Well, I'll get there. Communication is hard. No kidding. Shuichi places a hand on his chest, taking a deep breath and sighing. I'll admit that it was good to get some things out of my chest. But man, I feel really beat all of a sudden. I kind of want to point out he barely even spoke in the first place, but that would probably be uncalled for. I'm gonna head out now. I have a lot I need to get done before classes start. Thank you for talking to me. Feels like a weight lifted off my shoulders. Of course. I'm always here for you, you know that? It's definitely reassuring to hear. Talk to you later. Shuichi walks away, a slight and crooked smile on his face. Despite the overall awkwardness, I definitely feel like we've managed to push forward somehow. And I probably need to figure out what to do with myself until classes start in over an hour. Probably gonna take a nap until then. We did it! We made the right decision, boys! I'm gonna save here, and I'm gonna save here. This is the real correct decision. So the bell finally rings, bringing a start to the lunch break. I quickly put away my notebook inside my bag, giving one last quick glance to the notes I had taken today. Somehow, I do feel a slight sense of pride for working so hard on these. Sure, it might have just been one day, but I do feel like it's still progress. I'm sure Shuichi would be proud of me too for working hard. Aww, instead of doing it out of spite, we're actually proud of our mans. He's always been the loudest proponent that I needed to take my studies more seriously. I still find it a bit pointless since I'm not planning on going to college, but if it makes him happy, then I want to do it. It's not like it's any sweat off my back. I sneak a glance at the vacant seat next to me. Today again, June has failed to show up for class without a word. He also hasn't really answered the message I sent him yesterday. I really don't like this, but I can't chase after him for some kind of answer. He'll talk to me when he talks to me. Knowing him, he'll probably just waltz back into class at some point, knowing like nothing happened. That is definitely very much like him. Shuichi's here! Woo! We did it! We got it! We got the good option! Oh, I'm so happy. This is gonna be a much happier Valentine's Day. Or Valentine's weekend, I mean. The back door to the class is opened suddenly, with Sai and Shuichi quickly entering the room. Hoss! Pardon the intrusion. The two of them give very different greetings from one another and yet are very equally well received. A few of my classmates smile and wave at them, returning their greetings in kind. Those two, Sai in particular, have always had a lot more ties to our classmates than I did. To come to think of it, I really did spend the last 3 years acting as a lone wolf kind of guy. Sai and Shuichi, and then last year Keisuke, I barely talked to anyone other than those three unless it was some really short conversation about games or food or some such. I really hope I don't end up becoming some kind of antisocial mess. That would really suck. I feel called out by this line. Sup? You two sure do manage to arrive here together pretty often, considering you're not even in the same class. Well, our class is neighbor yours on both ends, so we have to walk to the exact same distance. I guess that makes sense. They both pull up chairs and sit with me, digging inside their bags for their lunches. You're also in a good mood. That's great. What? Don't mind her. Obviously, I don't know what she means considering what she's talked about to me yesterday. But there's no real reason to bring Shuichi into this. If anything, it'd only make him feel self-conscious. So, how are you guys doing? Must be a relief to be done with exams, huh? No need to study like crazy anymore for now. Sort of? You probably shouldn't stop studying regardless. You need to be prepared for the next exams. What are you, my dad? Ooh, too soon? Yikes. I shouldn't have made that one. Maybe I should have said, "Why are you, my mom?" I don't know. He's such a parent on us. You must get the best grades. Anyway, come on. There's gotta be a limit to how righteous you can be. Saya fidgets in her seat, humming happily in a quiet, loud fashion. Okay, you're definitely trying to get our attention, aren't you? I'm just really happy. How come? This is the first time we got to hang out all three of us together since you guys first told me about you two. Huh? That's a reason to be happy. Hey, who else knows? Does anyone else know? Aren't you getting a little bit too excited over this? We were hoping not to make this a big deal. Definitely doesn't set a good precedent for telling the others. Well, of course oh god. She's going to say, well, of course I'm going to... Oh, not so loud! Shh. Be quiet. I'm touching the mic. You are the mic. Sai, you're the mic, and I am touching your mouth, like, with my finger, like, shh. Shuichi nearly lunges forward from his seat, clasping his hand around Sai's muzzle and keeping her from continuing to talk. Are you trying to out us to everyone? Sorry. She mumbles almost unintelligibly despite... Oh, I thought she was like trying to be all cutesy. Oh, she's like chewing. Sorry. She mumbles almost unintelligibly despite her mouth still being forced shut, her brows furrowing a little. I thought my heart was going to stop. Oh god, same here. Sorry. I was just a bit overexcited. Just try being a bit careful. I know that's a big ask for you, but still. Oh, and hi, Oscar. You missed me trying to get back to the good ending. We are at the good ending now. I've seen all three endings. You're welcome. So, what? It's not a big ask. I too can be careful. Yeah, sure. It's because you're careful that I had to hold your mouth shut. One single mistake doesn't establish a precedent. Keep telling yourself that. Anyway, who else did you tell? You're still on that? Of course, it's huge news. No one much. We haven't told anyone else as far as I can recall. There is Haruki. Oh. Right. That guy. A motherfucker. Haruki? Sai cocks her head to the side. You saw him at day 18! Or 17. Yeah, it was day 17. When we were all at the volleyball game. I saw this like 30 minutes ago. Oh, wait. Is that the angry wolf dude that's in the volleyball team? The same. He's a handful, to say the least. Out of all the people you could have told, why a guy like that? It's not like we picked him out of a lineup. He had figured Shuichi out just like you and meddled. From what you've told me about what he did, meddled is putting it nicely. Hey, don't be like that. The last thing I want to have to deal with now is a pouty, jealous Shuichi. What did he do? From what Nee told me, Haruki was the one who told him about... well... me. Really? How did he even know? Beats me. Some people are just perceptive like that, I guess. You figured it out on your own, too. I suppose that's true. Yeah, and he used that knowledge to constantly antagonize me. It was just by some miracle that actually made me conscious of Shuichi. After that, well, it took me a while to get comfortable with the idea. I'm still pissed you knew about it before I had the chance to tell you. On the other hand, if you hadn't found out from someone else, you never would have told them. Well, I guess that's also true. So in a way, that Haruki guy is to thank for you guys. Or to blame if this blows up in a spectacular fashion. Please don't say that. Even as a joke. Come on, don't be so uptight. Shuichi clicks his tongue, shooting me a disapproving look. He really needs to work that stick out of his ass at some point. No sense of humor. Yeah, it was like a 40-minute joyride of scenes leading to this point. You are very correct, Nua. And he's the only other person who knows. We haven't told anyone else, but I think Akie might be starting to suspect it. He's another one that is really perceptive. Yeah. I'm really lucky Hithaka is dumb as bricks when it comes to certain things. Oh yeah, antagonizing your little siblings. My favorite thing to do. I'm not sure how what did I just... What the frick? Oh, is that a little... What the frick was that? It was like a little bug. Okay. I'm not sure how she'd take the news if she found out. She does have a huge crush on Nico-kun that's lasted for years now. And I still don't know and I still don't know what I did to deserve it. Guess both siblings have the same taste in men, huh? Well, that's apparently true. I still wish you hadn't said it. Sorry. Oh, I know what I want to know. Have you guys kissed yet? We did more than kiss. What? Wait, what? What did you say? What? That's really... Well, yeah. Don't just tell her that stuff. We've been dating for nearly a month. That much is already a given. I guess. Okay, then I have another question. What is it this time? Saya hunches a little forward, causing us to reflexively do the same, looking like a trio of co-conspirators trying to talk in hushed whispers. Oh gosh, she's gonna say it. There it is! Have you guys done it yet? We got him! Oh no, Shuichi's... We got fucking Shuichi spooked! Oh, this is too good! Oh, this is my favorite. Oh, this has got to be the thumbnail of the video. Oh, this is too perfect. Oh, this is so adorable. Ah! There's no way I'm answering that. No way in hell. Oh, come on. It's not a big deal. Go to hell, you perverted Fujoshi. Or you Fujoshi? What the fuck is Fujoshi? I do not know this. I know there's a fundoshi. Like, that's the thing where it's like they just wear like a jockstrap or something. That's a thing, but I don't know what a fujoshi is. I don't know the anime maze. God, I have a roommate who says that. It's like, I keep saying it now because of him. Shout out to my roommate. So, go to hell, you perverted fujoshi. Or fujoshi? I don't know how to pronounce it. Aww, I don't think that was a bad question. You can always rewind it too. Plus, it might be the thumbnail of the video, so, you know. So, I don't think it was a bad question. Shuichi's face is redder than I'd ever seen it before. If at all possible, it's even redder than it was when we had sex. And that's saying something. I guess without all the horny adrenaline things becoming a lot more embarrassing. You okay there? Your brain hasn't turned to mush or anything, has it? Shuichi nods slowly. There's no change to his face expression, though. Come on, take a deep breath. It's not that big of a deal. I place a hand on top of his, giving it a faint, reassuring squeeze. Shuichi tries doing as I say, closing his eyes and putting a hand on his chest, breathing in and out deeply a few times. That's a really bad question to ask. It's not that bad. You really are a perverted Fujoshi. Or Fujoshi. I think it's Fujoshi. That sounds better. Not you too. What else did you expect us to say to that? That's a really vulgar question, no matter how you cut it. Okay, I'm sorry for asking. Jeez. You've got no delicacy at all. You really are a crude woman. Or, you really are a crude woman. Hey, that's going a little too far. The three of us continue on a cheerful back and forth for the rest of the lunch break, fielding an unending barrage of questions from Saya, who we constantly have to steer away from the subject since she insists on asking risque questions. And now we have made it to the good end. By the time I'm finally done practicing for today, the sky is already threatening to go fully dark. I didn't even realize how late it got. Coach had to actually usher a lot of us out because we were staying way longer than usual. I guess everyone was raring to practice again after the extended vacation we took from club. As soon as I step outside of the gym with my bag around my shoulder, I look around and notice someone's figure. Shuichi is leaning against the gym wall, his bag in one hand and his phone in another. He's staring idly at his phone without noticing that I've just gotten out. Shuichi? His ears twitch as soon as I call out to him. He looks up and greets me with a smile, his tail swaying a little behind him. There you are. Did your practice run late today or something? Sort of. A few of us just lost track of time, I suppose. I bet. I came here to ask if I could go to your place and spend a little bit of time with you after practice. Oh, it keeps going. This is too great. Oh, sure. But since it ran late, it's almost my curfew by now. I actually have to run in just a bit, or I'm gonna be late. Right. Dang it. Got cock-blocked. Shuichi looks around for a bit before grabbing my wrists and tugging me. What are you doing? Come with me real quick. I'm trying to think of how Shuichi would say that. Come with me real quick. Shuichi brings me to a spot between the gym's building and the school's outer wall. The shadows of the two tall walls make the place seem a bit dark, even with the sun's orange lights shining in the sky. There, no one around here. What was that for? He did it again! You pesky little guy. Shuichi takes one step closer to me, pressing me against the wall and leaving little room for me to stand. He quickly lowers his head and presses his lips against mine. I've already gotten used enough to kissing that as soon as the surprise washes over me, I close my eyes and kiss back. He playfully nibbles on my lips for a second or two before pulling away again. I didn't want to leave without a kiss goodbye first. You dork, you risked being late just for that? Of course. I didn't get a chance to kiss you at all in a while. I needed to get it out of my system. To be honest, I could probably fool around with you for a while longer, but then I'd definitely be late. I don't think my heart would be able to handle a makeout session in public just yet. Oh, that's a good point, too. Well, I'm gonna run now. And I mean that literally. I'm gonna run home so I don't take any more risks. See you tomorrow. See ya. Jeez, he's such a big dork. He is. I love this guy. But suddenly, I feel really invigorated now. I guess it wouldn't hurt to go for a jog and exercise a bit before I go home. Burn off the giddiness. I gotta save it first. Hold up. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to page 3 and load up the other page just so I can have that for thumbnail purposes. Actually, do I? Nah, Yeah, the bell finally rings. We go to lunch. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna save this on page 4 just so I can have it for the sake of just shits and giggles. Okay. So that was the good update. We have fully 100%ed this, I feel. We are on the way to a good situation. So, looks like we're gonna have some good vibes from here. And thank you to everybody who was very patient and watched through the end with this. All 3.5 hours, twice as long as I was originally planning. But, you know, sometimes you just really change things up if you really want something, like Shuichi. But oh my gosh, I'm really happy that we got that ending out of it, because that is a lot more satisfactory. Like, you know, the bad ending is still written well, it's just, you know, it's not as satisfying to have that. Like, you just feel very disappointed and left out. This felt genuinely, like, wholesome. Like, I really felt like we made a lot of progress, and especially, we're really getting him to really see the abuse that he's gone through, and we're really getting him primed so we can help him through it, and, you know, so we can work through this together. Oh, this is so nice. I'm even more satisfied now. I must tell the creator of this game how happy I am. Let's see who is in the chat. Oh, yes. Bye, Charles. Thanks for joining, and thank you, DX, for giving me, like, the locations of where to choose the right stuff. You just had to give it to me. Of course you did. I mean, I bet it was interesting for Basket to see somebody like me, like, see his bad endings, but, you know, I still want to see the good at the end of it all. But, yeah. Now, this is it. Like, this is finally the end of the stream. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and until next time, take care, guys!